Interesting news.
It's Blake and Darren's Spilling the Tea with Sandy.
Cayman's top news headlines of the day from CMR.
Brought to you by J. Michael Fashion for Everyone. Good morning, Sandy.
Hello.
Are you there?
Ho, ho, ho.
Don't we look festive this morning?
No, I don't have one.
Yes, indeed.
Wait.
I love it.
And look at this.
There we go.
I'm eating a patty.
Oh, my God.
When's
I know, right?
the last time you had a patty for breakfast?
Actually, 2 days ago. And I'm not a patty person, but I discovered the best patty ever.
Where?
It's the,
But
I
ours
told
was
you that it's like the mega one that has like lettuce and tomato in it. It's like a sandwich. Oh, it is so addictive.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
love island
Oh,
cakes. Yeah. I love
don't
them all.
get me started. Y'all been holding out on me.
Mm.
All right. So
Get your veggies.
What do you got for us?
in news this morning, let's start with the really juicy good stuff. 2 members of Parliament, one a minister, Dwayne John Seymour, I should say, and Chris Saunders have decided to take some shots at CMR yesterday during Finance Committee. Ooh, honey child.
Wow.
It's about to go down. 'Tis the season. Ho, ho, ho.
What were the shots?
Anyway, John apparently says that I should be arrested and charged because I use profanity on air, which I
What?
actually use it on social media. But yes,
Right.
that's important crime.
Did he say
That's
arrested?
Yes.
He said charge. That is the thing.
Wow.
As a minister in this country, the one crime that you want to focus on when you have an opportunity to question the new commissioner of police.
Wow.
Okay. And Chris Saunders came out batting as well. And he was like, oh, she had something bad to say about a minor, a 14-year-old. Unbelievable. All right. And other things that came out yesterday during that same segment of interest, the deputy governor, Mr. France Manderson, has said that he's had enough of all these sham marriages and marriages of convenience. So he's going to do something about it. He is warning those individuals who are engaging in these arranged marriages to get ready because they're going to enforce the law. I know.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. They just need to start going to these
enforce
people's
the law.
houses and start. And yeah, I mean, we've been waiting for status for 3 years, and they keep saying it's sham marriages. And there's people that are obviously not in sham marriages that they could be looking at too.
Yeah.
And
No.
they're just stalling because of elections.
But well, he also said that a lot of criminals are actually taking advantage of these opportunities to marry a good-for-nothing Caymanians because obviously they're part of the issue too, right? Everybody should be going to jail if you're involved in a sham marriage, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, I mean,
Wow.
They've got to actually do something about it, though.
Yeah. So it's on the radar, they've said. So let's see what happens.
That's good. It should be taken care of.
Yeah. A man has been arrested following a disturbance at 7 Mile Beach. There's a lot that goes on at that beach during the day that apparently we would all be shocked and surprised at.
Really?
Yes, unfortunately. But in this instance, a 49-year-old man of Bodden Town was arrested on suspicion of insulting the modesty of a woman after police responded to disturbance there on the beach. So shortly after 2:30, police attended the location, and apparently, there was some sort of consuming of drugs, illegal selling of alcohol. They searched people, and whilst no illegal substances were found on this instance, police recovered alcoholic beverages in a cooler, which appeared to have been intended for illegal sale. They got to get that beach situation under control. It's a little bit crazy.
Public beach?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't take my kids there anymore. It's just
Really? It's horrible. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
I haven't been there forever.
There's pot smoking. Like you can't take the family there on the weekends.
Oh no, I was sitting there and I could definitely smell.
Why are they patrolling then?
Yeah.
Why are they patrolling on their little
we used to reserve the cabanas.
Those are the questions that the police could have been asking the police commissioner, but no, they're worried about me.
Of course, yeah. No, we used to reserve cabanas for parties and stuff like that. Now it's like not even worth it.
Yeah. All right. Congratulations to Health City at Cayman Islands. They have won. They took first place in an annual Chamber Golf Classic So this is great news. The chamber does a lot of really amazing things, and Health City is also committed to being involved in the community. So this is the 25th. They took first place in the 25th annual Chamber of Commerce Golf Classic last month. So it's a very popular event. Some 24 teams competed at the North Sound Golf Club in a 4-person scramble. And, these proceeds go to help different organizations. So it is a charity event. In this particular case, it's going to the Junior Achievement Program along with other chamber programs. Congrats to them.
Yeah.
Have
All
a
right.
beautiful day.
Hey, we got the $5,000 Christmas contest coming up this morning. That's why we're dressed like
All right.
very
Have fun.
festive. We'll see you.
Bigger, better, bolder. The cold, hard truth is taking talk to the next level. Right here on Bobo 89.1 FM, Cayman's Community Radio. We are still bigger, better, bolder. The cold, hard truth is taking talk to the next level. Right here on Bobo 89.1 FM, Cayman's Community Radio. We are still spilling the tea and committed to being part of the change that Cayman so desperately needs. Join Sandy Hill weekdays from 7:30 a.m. for Premier Access, Cayman Voices, Truthful Thursdays, and much more. Cayman's #1 talk show is now bigger, better, bolder, and more than talk. Getting results with hot topics, consumer reports, court exposés, and more.
I've come to set the record straight. I've come to shine the light on you. Let me introduce myself. I am the cold, hard truth.
Now, from the CMR studio in Grand Cayman, live, direct, it's the cold, hard truth. Now, join the conversation on 345-936-2626.
That number again is
345-936-2626.
All right. Good morning. Hello, honey child. What's going on this morning? Woo, what a heat in the studio today. I think I better drop the temperature just a little bit because I'm already hot and bothered, and it's only 7:37 in the morning. So y'all know I'm not a person who needs to keep the AC too low. Let me adjust my camera just a toops. There we go. Yes, honey child. I don't tend to need the AC too low, but this morning, I'm going to go ahead and adjust it in anticipation of what's coming. Let me just get straight to the point this morning. I'll talk about this patty discovery and the best lunch ever that I had yesterday a little bit later on in the program. But I'm not going to waste much time. I want to get straight to the point. Folks, excuse my manners, honey child. Excuse my manners. When they get under my skin, I come out with my gloves on. But let me first show my Caymanian manners and say good morning to everyone. Happy Thursday, honey child. They're lucky it is 7:30 and not 10:30. Good morning, Miss Renita. Good morning, Mr. Robert. Debbie in the house. Evelyn is here. Barbara, Alice, Scott, Damaris, Wee Wee, Siobhan, and Damien, Pat. Look at beautiful Miss Brenda, Diamond Princess. Yes. Symphonies of the Reef. Hello. Good morning to you. You're in Facebook jail. Oh, no. What happened? Well, you know what? We're going to be talking about jail here today. So that's maybe quite appropriate then. Yes. Felicia Rankin. Good morning, darling. How are you? Honey child. First Lady Jan says, I am up so early. Glory be to God. I'm alive. Yes, girl. Let's get it. Ooh, that tea is extra good today. I can taste the nice honey in it. Patricia Blake is also joining us. Miss Sonia Campbell. Please take it easy on the roads and let's enjoy the season. The beautiful Daisy joining us all the way from England. Hello, darling. Are you sipping some tea in a cafe this morning? How are you? How's the weather? You look cold. I see you all bundled up looking cold. What? Our first caller of the morning and we not even get started yet.
Good morning. It's Friday. You said happy Thursday. It's Friday.
Oh my gosh, it's Friday already?
It's Friday, Sansan.
Oh, geez, I'm peace. What a mess.
Okay.
Happy Friday. Thank you, darling. In my head, I was still thinking, oh, we got tomorrow. Oh, it's Friday. Even better, because I love to turn up on a Friday. Is it Friday the 13th? No, it's the 15th. Oh, well, we'll take it. Morning, Damien. Miss Juanita. Aliano's here. He says it's also salty and hot this Friday. Yes. Morning, Tracy. Charm. Symphony said, well, typical Alejandra move will make jail look good again. Face blue smiling. Oh, my gosh. Miss Pat, good morning to you, my darling. Monica says, Sandy had me wondering if I was crazy. 4 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit? Tell me what that is. Celsius means nothing to me. When I hear Celsius, I don't even know. I'm like, that's like trying to get me to figure out Jamaican exchange rate. When you say $100,000, I'm like, well, how much is that in US or CI? Like, I can't put it together. When you say 4 degrees, I'm like, is that 40? Is that 26 degrees Fahrenheit? I don't even know what that is. Anywho, honey child, what y'all got going on this morning? Woo! Lord have mercy. Oh, by the way, before y'all start rumors, because apparently there's a rumor circulating that I was off last week. 39 degrees. Oh, that's nice and toasty. I love it. There's a rumor circulating last week that apparently my husband's leaving me. And that's why I was off Thursday and Friday. So I'm not wearing my ring this morning because I literally just forgot to put it on. I was in such a rush. So don't go starting any rumors. Sandy didn't have her ring on Friday. Oh my God, her husband's leaving her. Child, he don't look like he going nowhere. I mean, you never can tell, but he love him some Sandy. And no, he was supposedly leaving me over the weekend. Not that I'm aware of. Good morning, caller. We're live on the radio. Hello? Live on the radio. Hi, are you trying to call the airwaves? Yes? Are you trying to call the... Yeah, but are you trying to call the radio? Good morning. 936-2626. Yes. So you can't call my personal number and have a conversation. 936-2626 is a telephone number. I'm not wearing it today. I might have to get Miss Stacy to get it because y'all start a rumor. Oh my gosh, Sandy's getting a divorce. First of all, it wouldn't be the first time anybody in the world got a divorce. And it really wouldn't be that much of a big deal. But no, we are good. I mean, child. Ooh, he loves to be hugging me up. I'd be like, oh God, another hug, another squeeze. We actually spent some beautiful family time. He is such a family man. I absolutely love that about him. So we spent some real family time this weekend. So as somebody's messaging me talking about, oh, I heard that your husband's leaving you. Somebody told me your husband's leaving you. I was like, should I turn to him and give him back his Christmas money that he gave me this weekend? Since we were in Miami, he gave me my Christmas present early. He gave me money. He's like, buy whatever you want because I don't know what to get you. And I was like, ooh, honey child, I'm going to buy shoes. Not shoes. I'm like, yes, I am. I'm going to buy me some shoes. He told me don't buy no shoes. I'm not going to buy me some shoes. So I thought, if he's divorcing me or leaving me this weekend, should I give him the Christmas money back? Just a thought. Y'all are so silly. Anyway, honey child, y'all will be just fine. While y'all worried about my life, y'all need to be worrying about these hot mess of MPs that you have elected to public office. So let me send this person the show number, 936-2626. So they're trying to come for me, but they must not know. They must not know this crazy Georgetowner. Because not on a good day would you be trying to come for me if you really had any sense. Oh no, the phone battery's at 15%. We can charge it in between calls, honey child. All right. Damien says that was no marriage of convenience. No, we dated for years before we were like, okay, let's give this a try in terms of the marriage department. In fact, my husband's a very private man, but I'm going to tell y'all something to show you the kind of principled individual he is, right? So he was working for a company that wanted him to go to the U.S. And you guys know I've lived in the U.S. I can go to the U.S. anytime I want and resume living there if I feel like it. And I said to him, nah, that's not the vibe that I'm looking for at this particular stage in my life. I'm actually looking to, get married, have my child. I don't want to have a young child in the U.S. They're too crazy for me. Cayman is the place for a more settled environment. And so he had to make a choice of taking a job offer in the States. And, a lot of people, it's their dream to move to America, I guess. He had an American visa, but they would have put in for a work visa, or stay here in Cayman with me. And he made his choice. Good morning, caller. Hello.
Good morning, Miss Sandra.
Morning, ma'am. How are you?
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Not too bad. What's going on?
I'm good, thank you. And yourself?
Yes, ma'am. I'm good.
Just want to say a pleasant good morning to yourself and the whole of Cayman this morning.
Yes, thank you.
I need your urgent help on the situation.
Oh.
I have been reaching out to you, but I didn't come with I didn't come to the show yet because I was giving the other person ample time to get their act together.
Oh, Lord,
but
have
they're
mercy.
just making the situation completely worse.
Okay, tell us what's going on.
So I have a fiance. My fiance is from Ghana.
Okay.
And he has left from Ghana straight here to work with this company. The company he's been working with her since April of last year. I met him July of the same year.
Okay.
When he got here, she rented a place for them to stay. She was the person that they were to pay the rent to, and then she paid to the landlord. Understandable. Remember, these people know nothing about Cayman. They're coming here for the first time. She then, however, this is how they got here, Miss Sandra. Let's fast forward now and get to the point of the matter. The point of the matter is, December 4th, he went out to the immigration department to cancel the work
turn
permit
down
he's on
your,
with her.
it sounds like you have
a
sorry, 1 second. It sounds like you have a radio or something in the background. Can you turn that off for me, please? Because I'm getting some feedback.
Is it better now?
Yes. Yes, that's much better.
Okay. So he went to the immigration department on the 4th of December to cancel the work permit with her because the subcontractor he was working with was more than willing to take out the permit for him. Again, he was canceling this permit with her because there were deductions being made out of his salary, that there was no clear point view as to what these deductions represented. And by saying that, I'm talking about Miss Sandra. I can send them through to you right now because I know you like evidence and I want to share it with you because I need your help this morning. This woman got book writing of if the man got if he made $1,632, by the time she done deducting, it is $332. We don't know, beside the deductions, you don't know if it health, you don't know if it pension, you don't know what in God's grace land it for. You understand where I'm coming from? When he went December 4th, the immigration department hold on to his passport and let him know, listen to me, sir, you've been overstayed since the 2nd of November. He said, no. They said, yes, your employer canceled your work permit. So you have overstayed for 30 days. Now, he's frightened out of his wits. He is frightened because he lived in Dubai for 4 years and never got no illegal problems there or doing anything out the way. So when he got here and they told him that, he panicked. The only person for him to reach out to was, of course, his Caymanian fiance. Now, I have known the illegalness this woman been going on with for the year and a half he with her. But I kept saying to him, babe, wait out. Stable yourself, get a better permit, and move on your way. Because fighting these people, there's no justice for you in Cayman. The only justice is to try to get a better permit and move on your way. You understand? That is me as a Kimanian telling him that, because I know that. And I know, yeah, we know that. So when we did that now, Miss Sandra, bearing in mind, this woman canceled his permit, Miss Sandra. Turn around. She canceled the permit the 2nd of November. The 3rd of November, she went and collect his paycheck, took what she feel like out of it and give it to him. The 20th of November, she went back again and collect his paycheck, took what she wanted out of it and give the rest to him. And then now she's making a ruckus for the 5th of December paycheck that we decide that she not getting.
But who?
She got
Wait a
fraud
minute.
before
Wait a
she
minute.
get
Hold
that.
on.
I
Hold
never
on.
seen that
Just a
wicked like
second.
her in my life.
Just a second. If she is the employer, where's she collecting the paycheck from? When you said she's collecting his paycheck,
From the subcontractor that she sub.
it almost sounds like he's working for the subcontractor.
Under another. Yes, ma'am, he is, because she don't got no work to give him. She never had no work to give him. So he had to find work for himself, and she had to sign the people to subcontract him to work.
So whose name is a check made out to that she's collecting? Her name, her company.
Well, that's the thing. Her company is CMH Construction. That owner of that is her name is Christine Hines, and she worked alongside with her husband, who is a police officer, Marvin Hines.
But who's the check? Who's the check made out to?
Officer jeopardizing stuff. Her company, because he's subcontracted from her company. So it's made out in her name. And if it's not a check, if it's cash to pick up, trust and believe she's on the construction site to pick it up. But with the subcontractor that he was subcontracted to from August, that lady, the owner for that company, was paying the money directly to Christine.
Okay.
So now she got him in a jam where immigration hold on to his passport. He's overstayed, Miss Sandra. This brother man is now in a situation where it's 2 weeks he's been home and we don't know if we're going or we're coming. We supply them with all the information that them on the immigration side of it say they need, and we're just here waiting. But in the moment of waiting, it gets out of control. Even the husband, they calling and harassing the subcontractor, telling him about how it is my fiance, the one that went and canceled his own permit, and telling a lie on her. All of this we got in evidence, Miss Sandra. We got these in voicemail sent by her through WhatsApp. We got them by WhatsApp messages what she was sending. This woman has compromised herself in so many ways. It's unbelievable. But this is the harsh treatment that foreign people are going to experience coming here. Bearing in mind, she is a friend of their older sister who worked in the States with her sister. And that's how the connection came about. She then took their sister that they had in Ghana and brought her here as a nanny. Even her, she threw out and God bless if she still got her permit. All of the brothers that came, and even the close friend that came from Ghana, these people were all treated in some ill manner by this woman. But my thing is now this morning, Miss Sandra, she is now saying that it is my fiance that canceled his own work permit, and she sent this information into immigration and stuff like that. But I try and find out though, because I got played stupid with her this morning, how my fiance canceled his work permit and would not seek time at the time that he would have canceled his work permit. He know that much. He have learned that much, that he can't just go cancel it and not seek time. But she canceled it. And when she canceled it, she was still taking money from him after canceling it. I just try and figure out how to make this make sense. And when we called the police department, because she kept calling him, harassing him about money, and want money for this and want money for that. And the police department got tell us how it's a immigration matter. They can only step in when it peace. So I say, you're trying to tell me that I can't call the woman.
Listen, that is their favorite thing in the world. Yeah, that's their favorite thing in the world to say. It's a civil matter or it's an immigration matter. The only time they would take a case seriously if somebody mentioned my name, then it's like 10 detectives have to descend on me and it's a capital murder case. So leave them Keystone Police right there. So, what do you say her name is? Christine?
Christine Hines.
Christine Hines. All right. And the company's called what? CNH?
C&MH
C&M.
Construction.
This sounds a little bit familiar to me. You said the husband is a police officer?
Marvin Hines, the intimidator. The intimidator, Marvin Hines. I heard he was investigating who I am and where I work, but he failed to understand it. Now, paper that got me here, and I no disrespect to the ones that hear on paper and be good law-abiding citizen, but it's a disrespect to them that come. And I'll get this paper and then now push it using their little position as power. We do not fear the police. There's no reason to fear the police. We have to have respectable police in order to say have respect.
Well, they shouldn't be trying to intimidate people.
For the police. The police
well, they shouldn't be trying to intimidate people, especially if you haven't done anything wrong.
He trying to intimidate my African fiance, because like I said, they thought he had no body. I never wanted to be introduced to them. I never once met them, just to the treatment she was doing to him, and I know the treatment was wrong. I know it was wrong, but my good faith to him was, babe, let's try work on her till we get a new permit and you move forward. Because it's not easy with these people in Cayman. There's no win-win with these people. We already see. We sit down and watch your talk show every day. I make sure I inform him of it. Listen to Miss Sandra, what she got to say. Listen to these things if I want to know what's going on in the country I'm living in. You understand? And he said to me this morning, babes, I'm calling Miss Sandra this morning. If you don't call her, get the number. I'll call her myself. But I need help. Because the immigration department, and I give him his passport back, and they investigating it, and I don't understand how it being investigated, Miss Sandra, if they know clearly that it's she cancel a permit. It only the employer or the employee. So I can't see what's being investigated. Hands off to our good Caymanian police, immigration officers who is willing to help and direct you in the right way. But then their hands are tied. You see, because then we got some little dirty ones who within that works with some of these people that own these companies. And it getting out of hand. It is getting out of hand.
Now, when you say Hines, is it Hinds?
That's correct. That's correct. Hinds.
Well, for some reason, I have him saved in my phone. I wonder why. All right. I tell you what, honey child, give me Christine's phone number. Can you send it on the WhatsApp? Let's give her a call. Because
hold on.
This is quite a interesting situation here this morning. Wow. Symphony of the Seas says, lucky did not say it's a civil matter unless it's ganja, cocaine, or Sandra Hill that they're getting a phone call about. They're not going to be too perturbed or too concerned about it. I mean, this is a very interesting question. I'm going to call France Manderson here in a minute because this raises a broader overarching question for me, which is when somebody cancels your work permit that you work for, why are you not notified of the cancellation? How would you know? You know what I'm saying? You should be notified. This puts you in a very precarious situation. So it's not the first time that I've heard of people overstaying because an employer canceled a work permit and they had no idea that it was even canceled.
But you will overstay if you're not aware of your work permit.
No, that's what I'm saying. And that should never be
the worker cancel.
That should never be allowed to happen.
Yeah, but when the worker cancel it, Miss Sandy, they are informed. But when they cancel on the worker is not informed. I think the immigration department should know that at this point in time, they need to have someone to call and inform the workers. Give them a fighting chance from their perspective, because from the employer perspective, they are doomed. I think this is what they're doing so that people can overstay and then the immigration just deport you home, because in Cayman, you don't got no say. So this is why they do the things they do. And her in particular, that monster that you calling this morning, oh my God. My fiance was just the icing on the cake because he got a Caymanian to help him. But everybody else who had to go home and suffer under the hands of her, I hope they're listening this morning because her day come and her day today.
I see. Oh my God. I just saw that her WhatsApp message, of course, her profile picture, quoting the Bible, Y'all need to leave Jesus and the Bible alone because you devils really got to do better. Let's give her a call. Maybe she's not a morning person. You say it's her and the husband that own the company?
She owns the construction company based on what my fiance work permit information has below. And he has some kind of, what you call it now? Them kind of companies that take out work permit and all this type of stuff. He has that.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, morning.
Good morning, Mr. Marvin.
Yeah, how are you doing?
Sandra here. How are you?
Good, thanks.
I'm really trying to get a hold of not so much you, but your wife, Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how best I can reach her today?
Yeah, she's here.
She's there with you. May I speak with her?
Hold on. She's in the next room.
All right, there. Good morning, sunshine.
Christine. Sandra, I want to talk to you. Mall Road.
Hello?
Miss Christine, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I have a young lady who's on a call here with us on the morning show saying that you have been mistreating her husband who was employed with your construction company. And also that you canceled his permit and didn't notify him, which has now caused him to have some issues with immigration.
I canceled his work permit. Could you tell me that worker name?
Sure. He's from Ghana?
Yes, from Ghana. But who is that worker? Because
you have a lot of people from Ghana?
That worker that comes from Ghana. I don't remember canceling any one of them permit without alerting them and letting them know. So there was only 2 of them that I canceled their work permit. One was Daniel, who went and worked for almost a month without my consent, and I warned him, make a lot of problems. I told him the rules and regulation he didn't abide by, so I had to let him know. I told him a month in advance that I'm going to cancel his work permit because he continued to work. Then it was Isaac that did the same thing, went and worked without my consent, leave the job site, didn't go back to work, go to a different job site to work. When I told him to return to work, he said, no, he's not going to work. I had to cancel his work permit. And he sent me, he gave me a resign letter. He said he resigned. He resigned the 25th, but that was like the 5th of the month, he resigned. So he would continue work until the 25th, which was not right. So I canceled his work permit. I let him know before I even canceled his work permit, and I let him know after I canceled his work permit to go on upgradable. I've never canceled anyone work permit without advising them and let them know and notifying them after I do it.
Okay.
To let them go.
So you would definitely have evidence of that you can show where they were notified.
Yes, I do. I do. I notify every single one.
Okay.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Miss Sandra, I am happy for that because I know the immigration department listening this morning because she compromising them in every way, She compromising them in every way.
Hold on, Mr. Marvin.
His employer.
Let me tell you what happened.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you what happened. What's his name? Patrick?
Patrick. Oh, I don't know if it's Patrick.
Yeah, man, Patrick. Listen, this guy
his name.
cancelled his permit.
Yeah.
I called immigration.
Mm-hmm.
I speak to 2 immigration officers. I told Christine to go there to what's your name? I forgot to.
Go to client.
Compliance, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They said this guy submit us cancellation with his work driver's license. He submit the cancellation himself because the lady that he was working with sent a disrespectful message to Christine. So I said, I'm going to get involved, make some calls.
So if he canceled his own work permit,
let me tell you what happened. He in this case probably is she on the phone. I think him canceling permit for this woman married to him or something. I don't know why they would do that. Christine spent so much money for these Africans, even though I told her don't bring them here.
Marvin Hines.
So he would.
I am happy
So
that
he
you
would. He
know.
would.
I'm happy that you know that it can work that way.
Just one second.
I'm happy you know that. But let me tell you something this morning. No, Miss Sandra, these people got me upset because these people want bunch of we got evidence on top of evidence, and man, we're not even playing with them. They're the ones who calling and manipulating and making allegations against us. And we were quiet the whole time. And this morning, this little idiot got really come on the radio station as a police officer. We're done jeopardize himself and his job, brother. Don't make me talk. Because no paper came on, this is the real came on, you dealing with it. My ignorance for you this morning is beyond.
So,
because I stayed quiet before.
Hold
too
on,
long.
I'm going to ask you to.
How the hell we cancel a work permit and be illegal?
Yeah, let me ask the question. I want you to remain as calm as you can. I know you're upset, but so Mr. Marvin, let me understand this. He went into immigration, canceled his own work permit, and would not have gotten time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know how that sounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you literally sitting in immigration. They would have been like, you need to get this passport stamp.
Sandra, I know all the connections.
It makes sense.
I can check guy file number, and you can check with immigration.
We did not cancel.
You understand?
No, immigration waiting on this morning show.
You can
waiting on this morning show that they waiting on. They're waiting on this morning show because they know you cancel it. They know it on the cancel the work permit. We don't know idiots here. We did what we supposed to do. We filed everything we need to file. We didn't sit down and wait on it to use and abuse continuously.
I know you have the connections. Just call immigration and get the information. You hear?
Trust me. You need.
What about these? Just a second. We can certainly look into that. But let me ask you another question. There are allegations that unlawful deductions were being made from his paycheck on a regular basis. How do you respond to those allegations?
Unlawful. What is unlawful deduction?
Like money taken out that shouldn't be taken out.
Out from their pay, when they expect to do work on the woman license for free. If a contractor is paying $18 an hour to Christine, pays them $15.
But let me say this. I mean, it is interesting that you should ask that question if you're working on a person's license for free, because that's actually not how it works, not at all. So when you're employed by someone, yes, sir.
What I am saying, if a contractor is paying you $18 an hour for a worker, you're not expected to pay them the $18. You're going to pay them whatever is on their permit.
Yeah, but I mean,
they will.
And then only if they're paying for their work permit. They're paying for their work permit too. We got it in writing. They pay for their work permit. Him alone taking out $500 for permit application fee, $200 for this. We got it. We got the evidence that we can't lie on these people. These people are scammers. The wickedest scammers. It only that this Africans speak up. Them on the Jamaicans that won't speak up this morning. May God make them hear this freaking radio station and call in to make people know where the pit of hell gonna come up from.
The scammer is you and him. That's the scammer.
That's the scammer. You would want us to scam. You would want us to. You hear the first thing out on the mouth because he won.
So listen, our listeners. Hold on a second. Our listeners want to make sure that they can make sense of what they're hearing. So talking over each other isn't really going to help that situation. So you're saying then, Marvin and Christine, that people are working under your license So then you get the pay and you deduct from it. But in fact, they're not working under your license. They're supposed to be working for you, right?
They're working for the company.
Yeah.
Amen.
It's not deduction. Right? They're working for the company. Whoever they're working for pay Christine and Christine pays them.
Mm-hmm.
What they want to do is collect their pay and just give Christine whatever they want to give her, and then they say other people is. That's not the way it's supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, where's the rank?
Anything other than
I
pension
mean, at the end of the day, no other deductions. If you say, okay, you're getting paid, $10 per hour, every so much per week or per fortnight or whatever the situation is, no other deductions should be made. Are you making deductions for things like work permit fees and other things?
No.
What a mess.
No.
So I'm just clarifying that the only two legal deductions that you're making is pension and health insurance.
They hold me money. When they were coming here, ma'am, this lady that she don't know nothing, She don't know when they were coming here. So I don't know what she's talking about.
Owed you money for what?
She paid for the ticket. How much? Mostly 2,000 something for the tickets.
For them,
she rent house to put them.
Rent paid.
That's not the employer responsibility.
I bought grocery and make sure that everything for them was clear for them to get here. I paid for the ticket for them to.
They paid back 2 times every month, Miss Sandra. I glad this is in the evidence.
One second.
Back 2 times and more for everything.
So just a second now. So this gentleman, let me just understand this. This gentleman, Patrick, has been working for you since summer of last year. You were saying that those deductions are still being made from his paycheck?
No. He was finished paying.
Yes, even after illegally canceling, after canceling the permit, she took his November 3rd and November 28th paycheck. Yes, ma'am.
Sandra, can you call the director for work or something?
Well, they're not gonna give me any information because I can't just randomly call about somebody else. But what we can do is we can do a 3-way where we call and you ask them the questions on the phone, and then that way we can all hear it.
What time is it now?
It is 8:12, so they're not quite open yet.
Yeah, man, call back when they're open, please.
All right.
Please call back when they're open.
What kind of deduction is she talking about? If he's working with me and I am giving him his paycheck, am I not supposed to make up his paycheck and give him?
Yes.
It's not any deduction.
Yes.
It's supposed to get if I'm paying him 10. Put it this way: if I'm paying him $10 an hour, I'm supposed to get his paycheck and pay him that $10 an hour. Deduction.
Right. So what he want to do is collect the money from the contractor and then give Christine money, as he say other people is doing.
Last time Christine, I did not cancel Patrick permit. I can swear that with my life. If somebody cancel Patrick work permit, Patrick.
Yes, I want you to call immigration, Sandra, please.
I could not
when they
cancel
open,
this work. I had no issues with Patrick for me to work permit. If I had an issue with him, then he could think that Christine cancel.
You hear how this woman talking, and then when they were on the phone with the subcontractor,
just a second.
Her husband, police, and all of that. Hear him this morning.
Just
hear him nice this morning.
Yeah, just one second.
Hold on, Sandy.
Yes.
Sandy.
Problem with
Hold on. First of all, remember now, I didn't even know that you're on a live radio.
Well,
you did trying to jeopardize my job as a police officer. If I know he was on the radio,
but you did hear me say that the woman called in on the show.
I don't want to speak to Christine. I didn't know he was on a radio show.
Yeah, he heard that. He's a scammer.
You didn't hear when I say that she called in on the show this morning.
Oh no, you're asking for Christine.
Well, I mean, I was only looking to speak to Christine because I understand she's the one who owns the company.
Why didn't
they need to check you at the bank. Yeah, but they need to check you out at the bank. You shouldn't be working in people's bank. You're a damn thief. If that's what you want to hear. You are the scammer in the African.
Check you out with the illegalness that's happening here with the step people that belong to you. Brother, this a dead die hard came on. You don't come with it this morning. You keep it to immigration. Let's be nice. You don't want me to dig you up on your root because I hurt my government because they give on the papers, yeah? And then I put nothing in the fine print that we're gonna start with an illegalness and scamming that war against other foreign nationals and it's still Romania. And it's supposed to be deported. And it's supposed to be gone. And it's a cause of the problem here. The people in which are to bring you family members and have your brother do not talk about jeopardizing because I'm a mouth only and a man. I'm a mouth only Marvin Hines, police officer Marvin Hines. Behave yourself. You can call up what you want to call up about me and you still can't talk to me.
You're talking.
All right, let them speak. Let Christine. I couldn't hear you, Christine. Yes.
I'm saying to her, I'm saying, talking crap right there. I did not cancel Patrick work permit. Whatever issues are, whatever she hear or know, she have the wrong thing right there. She have the wrong thing. She mislead Patrick into telling people that I cancel his work permit. Miss Sandra, listen to me. I'm a big woman. If I cancel Patrick work permit, I won't be afraid to tell you. And I cancel his work permit. Legally, you're supposed to let the person. Legally, you're supposed to better than permit too and stuff like that. You cancel somebody.
You fight the whole battle, but the people didn't hear your mouth.
Hold on, man. Hold on.
If I cancel Patrick work permit, I would have notified Patrick. I would have notified him. There's no way I can do that. No way I can have a heart to cancel someone's permit without letting them know. So that's a lie from the pit of hell. Tell that lady that is trying to mess me up or trying to think that she can mess me up. I'm covered under the blood of Jesus. Nothing that she said, nothing that she's saying right now moves me because you know what I know.
You and the blood of the Jesus that you want recommend, you and the blood and the Jesus that you want recommend and you want praise is the wrong one. It's not a God we out here serve because the God we out here serve say he is there for the just and the unjust. And let me tell you, as the unjust, I know enough that I need to know. Patrick can't sit down and tell me nothing in my ear. Woman, I've been watching and observing you since July. I've been listening on your phone conversations. You know why I told Patrick? Get another permit and leave from under you. Coming on the talk show today was not an option, you know, because I don't believe in bringing people down. I don't believe in this drama. But let me tell you something. When you continuously called the subcontractor and started to make illegal and false accusations, especially in reference to my name, let me tell you and your husband and your sister Dion, I can threaten them Africans because they come here by way of means of traveling through countries. But I born right here and I'm a guy no way. And anything I say now, I can stand in front of a judge and don't make me go bring evidence because I know it'll be shamed on the bone. Now, however, this cancellation of work permit go, that is what I want to get to the bottom of Miss Sunday because they pissed me off with the whole pile of nonsense stories and then dragging God in it. Because let me tell you something about God and God that give all of us what we deserve and the good and the bad in between. You hear me, sister? And you is a wicked woman. The thing about it is, Sandra, it's been 2 weeks and I've been praying about this for 2 weeks and God tell me to air you out this morning. The same God you want call on is the same God I call on. And he say, air you this morning. Because it's not just Patrick alone on the hurt now. Many more. And Marvin, stop standing up on the side of your wife, intimidating people with the little police job you got. It is not right. It is not right. Don't do it. You know what she's doing is wrong and you still standing up as an intimidator to it. One on the cancel and work permit and on the no it on the did it. And immigration department said the employer did it. It was canceled from the 2nd of November, Miss Sandra. He went on the 4th of December with a cancellation letter. The 4th of December and they seized his passport. That's when he went to cancel their permit. It was already canceled from the 2nd of November. This is coming out of the immigration department. This is what we got information on. This is how it go. They know it. I don't see why they come in this morning and behaving that way. Just get to the bottom of it. Just get to the bottom of it. Nobody not here playing no games with them. No games here, man.
Know your name. I don't know your name, but listen to me. You get this thing wrong. I said I did not cancel Patrick work permit. I don't need to prove it to you because I know I didn't. I don't need to prove anything to you. So if you want to call me all manner of evil, that's your business. But
let me ask you something, Christine. Christine, where are you from? Are you African?
No, I'm not African.
You're Jamaican.
I'm Jamaican.
Okay. No, I heard a Jamaican accent, and then just now I swore I heard a little bit of an accent, an African accent also. So I was a little bit confused. All right. So you said you haven't canceled his permit, and you also say that you've not made any unlawful deductions other than pension and insurance, which would be lawful deductions. You're paying him what you've agreed to pay him in his contract.
Yes, ma'am. I have not made any other deduction. Listen, for one, Sandra, let me get the record straight. If I have Patrick work permit, would I still collecting his pay from the subcontractor? Why would I be so stupid? You know how I know that Patrick permit was canceled? I text the lady to find out if Patrick his money, because I asked her if she could give it to him and he would bring the envelope to me. She said her response was no. You still want to collect paycheck after work permit? I said cancel Patrick work permit. So she leave me speechless there, because I was saying, what is she saying? So I hurried to look on my phone to see when Patrick permit was finished, and I look and I see it's for January. So I said, I sent back. I said on no account is Patrick without a work permit. Patrick has his work permit. His permit is not canceled. I was determined to tell her that his permit was not canceled. If that lady wished to tell her the truth, I told her that his permit was not canceled. It's when I looked deep into it, I called the immigration. I had to call immigration immediately and find out if Patrick permit was canceled and who canceled it, and they told me.
Okay. All right. They open at 9 o'clock. So we're gonna give them a call. Let me ask you something, young lady that's on the phone with Patrick. Patrick is there with you?
Yeah, he right here. He right here.
All right. So he'll
the evidence them coming through now. We also got a letter.
He'll be able to call immigration. What I'm gonna do is Patrick, it's only 8:30. We have 30 more minutes before immigration is going to open up, right? We're going to call immigration this morning. We will get them on the phone at 9 o'clock when they open. And so I'm going to have you come off the phones right now, because this phone is dying a little bit. So I'm going to charge up the phone, have you come off of the phone. At 9 o'clock, I will call you back. We'll join in an immigration call. And then you are able to ask immigration to look on your file. And you need to ask them when your work permit was canceled and by whom. So we'll call you back on this number. Okay, Patrick?
Oh, okay,
Okay, right at 9 o'clock. Thank you, my dear.
Yeah.
Marvin and Christine, thank you for your side of events. We're going to certainly get to the bottom of the immigration section here this morning.
Yes.
And one other question I have, Marvin, I mean, I didn't really call to speak to you. I was trying to get a hold of Christine. But let me ask you a question. There's a very serious allegation here that you're using your position as an officer of the law to intimidate people.
I would like to get evidence of that. I don't know this lady. I've never spoken to her before in my life. I don't. The reason why I come on the phone is because you called my phone.
Well, yes.
And I know the situation, because I was the one who called immigration for Christine, because I normally do all her stuff for her. So I know exactly what you were talking about. That's the reason why I come on here.
So you're the one who does the immigration stuff.
Sorry?
You were saying that you're the one who does all the immigration stuff then?
Yes, I have a license to do secretarial work. I have a company. Right.
Okay.
So that's the only reason why I came on, to clarify that. I didn't even know that you were live, as I say. If you had said it, I didn't hear. You were calling and asked for Christine. Yes, but because it's by phone and I hear the conversation, I say, let me clarify, because I was the one who spoke to immigration. My job has nothing to do with this. I guess this woman is trying to get me fired or whatever it is. But I have never used my job to do nothing apart from police. I am not even involved. But Christine is my wife, and she's going through this thing with these people. I can't just leave her.
Not just your wife, but apparently you guys are business partners. So,
right.
I mean, that's the capacity in which we're concerned about the situation this morning.
You don't really got the guts to deal with some stuff. So I say I have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Not having to do with my job. I'd never use my job to say I'm a police or this or I'm not stupid. I know the law. I don't know why this lady would come on here and say I'm using my job to intimidate people. I don't know her, Sandra.
So you've never had any contact or anything with her?
Never. I went to the bank and I do my transaction.
So how do you know she works at the bank?
I saw her on a photo.
But I thought you said you didn't really know her.
No, I don't know her as a person to say we have a conversation. She works at the bank. I saw her on a photo from Patrick phone or his profile or have her post on. That's the one with her. I don't know her otherwise from that. I have never had a conversation with her or anybody who connected to her. I don't know her from anywhere. I don't understand why she would come here and say this morning.
She can't say anything, Marvin, but God.
You're trying to make me lose my job now. For what? I have never had a conversation with this lady before.
They do what they want.
But they can't expect me to just leave Christine and everybody just jump down on her. What kind of man that just stand up and watch me jump down on my wife like that?
Okay.
I have never used my job for anything, Sandra, apart from my job.
If she's saying that Marvin
you understand?
Is manipulating Patrick, that's a lie.
I love my job. I would do nothing to jeopardize it. And I don't see why Patrick would sit there and say I'm using my job either. Because I have never used my job against none of them. Me and Patrick don't have nothing. We have no problem with him. I don't know why he would just cancel his permit.
All right. Well, we'll find out here this morning. Somebody said works opens at 8, but according to the online thing, they open at 9. So I'm not really sure if it's 8:30 or 9 o'clock. Sorry. But we'll give them a call at 9 o'clock just to be on the safe side. All right. Thank you both. Sorry, Christine and Mr. Marvin.
No problem.
All right, my dear.
Yep.
All right, folks. Oh my goodness. Sorry. So that's a bangarang story for sure. But we're going to try to get to the bottom of this and find out who canceled the work permit. There's only 2 possibilities, either the work permit holder, which is the employer, or the employee, right? The worker. So we have a slew of messages here. Just hold on a second. As you all know, when you come here on the program, you have to come with evidence. Hearsay, don't hold up, not even in a CMR court of public opinion. We need to know exactly what you have and so forth. So let's go through some of these messages. So Sis Christine, this one says, I'm at work now. As soon as I get home, I will let you know to come by the house. And then that was at 2:59. At 5:59, the message says, I'm home now. We had a couple missed calls. November 21st. Good night, sis. Reply. Good night, Patrick. You got your pay. That was at 10:17 p.m. Missed call. And then home now. Okay. I'll be home in the next 10 minutes, please. So it does look like he is informing her of when he's going to be home, because he says in the next message here, good evening, good night, please. Did you got my money? Oh, no, they pay the 5th and the 20th of each month. I thought you know that. Let me say this, because there's something very unusual about this arrangement. And I see it all the time. And I think for the sake of clarity, those of you who want to get into certain industries where you have clients that are paying you as a company and then you have workers, you seem to not quite be understanding the nature of a true employment relationship. And I'm going to explain this because honestly, this is when people get into business and they don't understand the world of business. If you own a construction company, your company is responsible for paying your workers, regardless of whether you have work or not. When you take someone on, if you say you get paid every 2 weeks, on the 1st of the month and the 15th of the month, on the 15th of the month, on the 30th of the month, if it's once a month that you get paid, whatever the situation is, it has nothing to do with what is going on with your contracts. And I need you to listen very carefully, because a lot of you are making this fundamental error, and it demonstrates a lack of misunderstanding on how business works. So in these messages, it is very, very clear. Yes, good morning, Mr. Marvin.
You still on the air?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to clarify. I didn't know you was on the air.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know you was on there.
And what are you wanting to clarify? I have a show every morning from 7:30 to 10:30.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Okay.
I don't want nobody to try to jeopardize my job. So I was making that clear. I didn't know you was on the air.
Okay.
But you can call back Christine phone. You have Christine number?
Yes.
Call back Christine phone at 9 o'clock, please.
Okay. All right. We did call her phone, by the way, but we didn't get an answer. That's the only reason why we reached out to you and asked for her. Okay.
All right, no problem.
All right, good. So when I see things like this message here, where you're saying, oh no, they pay the 5th and the 20th of each month. I thought you knew that. It has nothing to do with when they pay. People, if you're going to get into business, you need to ensure that you are aware of the laws that govern these types of situations. You have to know about the immigration law, WORC. You have to know about employment and labor. And also, quite importantly, you need to understand the world of business. These guys are not working for the subcontractor. But on the face of it, the way that they're treating this, that's exactly what is happening here, and that is illegal. Right? They're not supposed to be working on these jobs and you telling them that they'll get paid when the job pays. You pay them regardless of whether the job pays or not. And we see this all the time happening in lawn services and construction services. Whenever you're supposed to pay your guys, you pay them. The contracts that you have and the number of jobs that you have has nothing to do with their pay. But you see, immigration knows that this is an area that is ripe for abuse. That is why when all of you take out work permits now, they say, show us the contracts that you have. We need to know that you are making sufficient money in order to be able to pay these guys. It is no different, right, than any other business. But because the nature of certain industries where you're sending them on the job to work for somebody else, you all believe that that means, sorry, I'm actually trying to charge my phone. I'm going to ask you all to hold off for just a minute. Let's try to charge up the phone just a little bit, and then we'll start to take some phone calls, right? Let's see if we can get it to at least 20% this morning. So this is a fundamental misunderstanding. And if you're in construction, any business where you have contracts, lawn businesses, maid services, right? You can't sit back and tell your workers that their pay schedule is when the company's paying. No, their pay schedule should be in their terms and agreements of contract, and when they actually, when you have agreed that you're going to actually pay them. That's how it works. So I'm reading these messages and I'm seeing Christine say stuff to him that gives the implication almost that he is working for these other companies, which is definitely not the case. So the man hasn't answered me yet, but he called me today to come to him tomorrow. Again, it doesn't matter whether those people are paying or not. You can't tell your workers they must sit down and wait until you get a contract paid or cash paid on a particular job. You've got to make sure that you have enough in reserve to pay your workers. Imagine if Foster's did the same thing to their staff. Oh, well, you can't get paid because we're waiting on people to pay their grocery bill. That's not how the world of business works. Right? The man postponed our meeting to Friday because he said he's going to pay me on Friday. So we'll have a chat when we meet on Friday. Then we see stuff here about insurance. Right? Here's a discussion here. Good evening, sis. I trust you're doing good. Please, last time we discussed about how much I'm going to give you every month, but you haven't come out with the amount that I'm supposed to give you every month. I start receiving salary from next month, the 5th. What does this mean? Give you money for what? The only the only lawful deductions that you should be making, pension and insurance. She's saying that they're making deductions for other things, such as their tickets and whatever to get here. If that is the arrangement, you shouldn't have this man asking how much it's going to be. These are the things that should be in writing. And he should have agreed to it and signed off. Right? She goes on to say, good morning, Patrick. I warned about getting a contact letter from the company you're working with now without my consent. I also told you if you refuse to go on the job that I signed you to, you should find someone to take over your work permit. As we discussed the last time, you don't pay. What? As we discussed the last time, you don't pay me, I pay you, your permit will be canceled. You will be released to go and get yourself another job. I have talked you over and over. Now I have enough. Well, this is interesting. Because just now on the radio, Christine said she would never have canceled Patrick's work permit because she never had a problem with Patrick. If you never had a problem with Patrick, why in July of 2023 are you getting a little bit testy with Patrick and threatening to cancel his work permit? Y'all just heard the woman say a few minutes ago on the phone that she would never cancel his work permit because she never had any problem with Patrick. So which is it? You can't lie with something that is in black and white. There seems to have been some kind of a miscommunication here. Now, I don't know what she means about getting a contact letter from the company. Is that supposed to say a contract letter or a contact letter? I'm not really sure. Right? So Patrick looks like he's also confused about who he's working for because he's asking the client for some sort of documentation. And she's saying that, you can't do it without my consent. Well, they shouldn't even be given any kind of letter to him, none at all, because he is not employed by them. Yeah? And there's a clear threat in here from July of this year. We're now in December. What is that? June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Almost 5 months ago, you threatened to cancel his work permit, saying that you've had enough. So something not adding up here. Right? So he comes back and he say, I can't make up the dates anyway. You hate something some people have been telling you because I know for sure you can't say one thing that we've done it to you wrong. She goes on to say they tested you yesterday and today without your employer knowing what part of that makes send the fact that I inform you about work and you telling me this for the record. I am your employer. Okay. You're not. I am your employer. You're not your friend. Please, what how you speak to me. I guess that's what you watch how you speak to me. I warn you, WORN, before, and you didn't mention that to me yesterday. Okay, your disrespecting has been enough. No need to reply to me. That settles everything. I have no time to waste. I don't know what this testing is about, but he says, he replies a few days later, it looks like, and says, I trust you're doing good. Please, last time we discussed about how much I'm going to give you every month, but you haven't come out with the amount. So there continues to be this question about deductions. And he keeps asking the question, how much I'm going to give you every month? Give you for what is the question. He came here last year and you would still be making deductions for his ticket? He goes on to say, I didn't go look for the job today or yesterday. An interview, I went more than 3 weeks now, and I got the opportunity to work. They tested me yesterday, and today they told me they will give me work. Okay, so I guess they're testing him to see if he knows what he's doing. I mean, this is kind of weird again. Which of we guys been ungrateful to you, and how will you explain that? Yes, it is true that God will be we and you are judgment. You always says you know that I'm working, and that's why I've been home more than 2 months. Okay. I also said it to my brothers yesterday that now that I got work, you'll call me for work. And as you said, God is in control. You hate as on what some people have been telling you. Oh, that was the beginning of the other message. Then she says, yes, Patrick, and we can't quite make out the date is in the way. You go to the woman something premise. The man will provide the tool you need. Just be and go anything you call me, okay? Lord have mercy, these conversations. I know that this would have come. Why, as I informed you that I have a job to send you on Monday, you get a job immediately. And again, he's not supposed to be getting jobs on his own. That's illegal. And you're talking as if it's your choice where you should work. And after I told you I have a job, you still went and took a job. You guys are all the same. You want to work under my company, and it is not benefiting my company. Be dishonest about what you're doing. Your insurance, I have to be paying, and you working and not considering to find out about it. What I have been through with your work permit, and this is how you say thanks. Sorry. It all good. God got it. All in control. Unfortunately, I didn't have any work for you. And again, whether you have work for him or not, you're supposed to be paying him. Okay? I didn't have any work for you, but I told you to go to work Monday, and now you telling me you got a job, and the procedure is to get a... the problem is you're supposed to have work for the man. He wouldn't be out there getting a job if you were paying him, regardless of whether you had work or not. Then it goes on. Patrick, please noted that you have until the 31st of this month to move from that house. And if you were seeing there after the 31st, you have to pay June rent. On a serious noted, anytime after the 31st, it a new payment. Please that the utility bills for May, you will still have to pay that, which will come at a later date in June, but you are responsible for pay. Anyway, Patrick said he went fishing. I called Lincoln just now and he's working. There's no work there, so I should wait till... I called Lincoln just now and he's saying there's no work there, so I should wait until Wednesday. Good evening. I'll not be leaving at the accommodations for next month going. Okay, so you mean that you're moving? And he says, yes. Here's another message. You can come and pick up your money this evening, the 25-hour from Pioneer, and 2-day from the next place where you're working is total $484. Patrick, I know you are working. You need to get a letter from that company and bring it to me. I don't understand. A letter from the company saying what? They're not his employer. So he replies and says, you know I'm working and out there looking for work, and you know I'm working. I have a scheduled work appointment today, tomorrow too. All of this is completely unlawful. He says, good evening, boss. I hope you're doing well. Please, they said there's no work on the site, so I shouldn't come again. She says, okay, noted. I'm checking and work for you. Okay. Another message in May. Sorry. I hope you're doing good. The work at the site finished, so I'm not going tomorrow. Did they tell you not to come tomorrow? Yes. And then something here about money. So we see a breakdown here, deductions being made. So from $1,600, you see all of this kind of stuff, all of this, pay, I can't make out what that is, pay, and then something, and then I think that says insurance. Daniel should give you $236, and the $400 has sent to your account. I just sent it. Who the hell is Daniel? And why is he getting money from somebody else? This is amateur hour. This is all amateur hour. When you work in a construction or any business, you give someone a proper pay slip, a proper amount that is agreed upon. If they get a total amount, per month, regardless of what they work, that goes through. You shouldn't be paying them one amount, telling them to go to somebody else and get another payment from somebody else. This is just a hot mess. So you see deductions here being made. $1,632, and he took away $332. And then it says, Daniel will give you $200. The rest will send to your account. Tell me something. What exactly does this represent? What is this? That don't make no sense. If you're saying you're paying him $10 an hour, right? His pay slip should say 40 hours per week times $10 per hour. And here's the problem. In construction, if he doesn't have a job, you still need to be paying him, because by law, he's not allowed to be destitute here in this country. So even those of you who are paying hourly, you better make sure you have enough contracts for these people to go all over the place to be able to make up those hours. Because you have filled out an immigration form, which indicates that you are actually paying somebody, on average, you said, I'm expecting them to work a 40-hour week. And for 40-hour week, they're going to get paid $10 an hour, $15 an hour, whatever. And so proper deductions, it should stipulate what every single deduction is for. What's the $500 for? What's the $400 for? Another $400. How do you get from $1,632 to $332 to pay this man? And you can't say, oh, well, this contractor is paying us this amount. It is actually not the business of your workers what you're getting paid or what you've agreed on for job. So whatever total, again, this is amateur hour. You guys are getting into construction businesses and you shouldn't be in it. If somebody says to you, you go and you bid on a job and you say, okay, we can do this job for $10,000. That is no business of your workers, because you said to your workers, I'm paying you by the hour. 40 hours per week is what you're going to get paid for. And you just make sure that you have their money, regardless of what you're getting paid for contracts or not. So it can't be that you're sitting down telling your workers that you got paid $1,632 for this contractor for them. That don't make no sense. That's not how it is done. Y'all need to stop playing around, because then you end up playing around with people's lives. See here again? I'm sending your money to your account, but next pay, I'll be collecting the $500 from that week pay just noted. Please, your hours is 79 equals 869. What's the $500 for? $400 loan? Another deduction? Please, Miss Dion said that you're going to give me the money for the one day that I worked with her. And she says, me? I don't have any money for her, so I can tell her to find out what she means. Again, this is not how it works. Your relationship with the people that you have contracts for, they shouldn't even be talking to your workers like this. How about, oh, you worked a day for me, I have money for you. This is ridiculous. Right? Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Please, my permit will expire in January. We didn't see any response to that. 95 hours, talking about that. Okay, more about pay. Pays in your account. Please, I don't like the way you talk to me. I'm your boss, not some gal. Respect go a long way. I don't need this to repeat itself. Please, your permit is finishing soon. Please find someone to do your work permit. I won't deal with this. I have been very respectful to you. All I don't see why you think you can talk to me anyhow you please and think it's okay. You talk to some boss like that here, you never going to work on their job size again. You don't know yourself. And you will get notice from where you're living to. You find somewhere else to live. Patrick, the man said it was your pay that was short. Get you coming to disrespect me. Bright, you're bright. But she just said she's never had an issue with Patrick. So this is interesting. I can't quite make out what that spreadsheet is. So, I mean, this is a whole mix-up situation. We have a complaint letter here that was written. Let's see if we can open this letter. Right? Y'all need to get it together. Almost 9 o'clock. We'll give immigration a call here in a second. So, on the face of it, from what I can see, there's a bag of mix-up here and then a bunch of stuff on top of it. Trying to see if we can find this letter. So we're going to give Patrick a call here in just a little bit so that we can get on to immigration. Y'all, this is amateur hour. Y'all need to get it together. Lance says, I trust that someone in immigration enforcement is watching. Let me just take a little break here, folks. Give me 1 second.
Ocean Ridge Heights offers an amazing opportunity to own a piece of land in idyllic Cayman Brac, right on the bluff, starting from $80,000. Located in a quiet residential area with high elevation, these lots are ideal for a future home or investment property and are sure to go fast. Cayman Brac offers a laid-back lifestyle, amazing pristine diving, limestone caves, diverse flora, along with amazing wildlife. Inquire about the owner financing options so that you can secure your piece of paradise today. With only a few lots remaining, these are sure to go before you know it. Contact Crichton Properties today on 345-949-5250 or info@crichtonproperties.com.
Recover Personal Injury Attorneys, helping injured people get what they deserve. Did you know that insurance companies have lawyers that represent their interests? Before signing and accepting any settlement, know your rights. Call us today for a free consultation at 924-9999. That's 924-9999. Recover. Your personal injury attorneys are on standby to assist.
Are you tired of overpaying for TV services? Can't figure out VPNs? Constantly missing your favorite TV shows? And no access to the good stuff on streaming services? The frustration is real, but it doesn't have to be. Contact Roque, Cayman Streaming Pros. We'll put you back in the driver's seat in front of your TV. Call, WhatsApp, or message Roque today on 926-1213. Roque is not a TV service provider. Terms and conditions apply.
The Cold Hard Truth is Cayman's #1 talk show since it debuted in March 2020. According to independent research, we are the most listened to talk show in 2021, and most people prefer us to any other options on island. We tackle tough issues some days, and other times have fun and lighthearted discussions. But most importantly, the Cold Hard Truth is here for you. Thank you for your support as we continue to be the voice of the people in 2022 and beyond.
It's not amateur hour here when you want to run things like construction businesses. And it strikes me as interesting how so many of you do not understand the very laws by which you are governed. But ignorance of the law is no excuse. Whether you understand it or not, you're going to put yourselves in trouble with both the labor law and immigration laws if you continue to operate in this particular manner. Right? Stacy, good morning. Magdalene says WRC needs to stop these agencies. I asked the same question time and time again. What are the objectives set by the ministry for the chief officer and all persons under him? The system is failing. It's not working. Too many infractions, and people are being sold into slavery, and a lot of persons out there looking work, not good at all. I agree, Magdalene, and we know what industries it's happening in particular. They need to rein it in. Construction workers are one of the most abused industries out there. Janitorial, domestic companies, cleaning services. Dean says that the work permit system is an S show, fill in the blank, and Cayman equals corruption. Marshall, people coming to Cayman, opening up all kinds of businesses and don't know anything about doing business. Go out of and go get yourself a job. Get out and go get yourself a job. Diamond Princess says this is like pimping. Dre says liar, liar, pants on fire. Lizette, good morning. Karen says no one here in Cayman can survive on 20 hours. He's left destitute. Sounds racketing. Oh, wow. They need a proper program to calculate their pay scale so that deductions are clearly indicated. Dre says, I want to visit Cayman. It's been a minute. Who can take out a permit for me? Oh, Lord have mercy. Jamila says, we're full up. No, sir. You have your money to pay for it. Trust me, you can come whenever you want. Dre says he's looking for the same lady to pay for it. Well, good luck. So, I mean, this whole thing is just a hot mess. This person makes the following observation. Understanding and deliberately ignoring the law to benefit are two different things. This person says, I came on late, but I have a question. These companies that provide workers, how do they get paid? Could that be the deduction? It's interesting that she's getting people from Africa. Must be that she can't go back to Jamaica. They're cleaning up every angle, all the rent too. This person says, thank you, so much drama, OMG. The lies from the cop. So the cop saying that he never did investigation on the person, yet knows the person works at a bank. The English not Englishing. You sound stressed reading these messages. I was. Sandra, many employers bring people down and tell the employees to work to pay for their permit, using people as slaves because of a work permit. I had a lady complain to me about her employer, tell her that she needs to pay the boss $400 a month to keep her permit going, yet never provides work for the employee. Yet she out here working here and there, and she paid for her own insurance and pension, which the employer is supposed to do. Good morning. This Bible holding people sure can lie. They're not very responsible with the truth, are they? This one says, yes, tell them, please, Sandra. Talking about they're not collecting, yet they don't have money to pay the workers. Foolishness. What a hot mess. Oh my God. It's unbelievable. Let me see what the complaint letter says. Hold on one second. I'm jumping between several different messages here, several different WhatsApp chats. Okay. So this one is a complaint letter. This is the guy now, Patrick. Let me screen grab this. Actually, let me save it as a PDF. Enable editing. Save as PDF. Location. Let me just put it here for quick access. Okay. Save. All right, here we go. What a hot mess. No, sir. Y'all gotta do better. I feel like it's amateur hour. Y'all supposed to be running a business, and it's amateur hour. All right. So we have this letter, and we're going to call immigration here in a second. We have this letter from Patrick that says, I, Patrick, and then he puts his full name. Sorry, give me one second. I just want to make sure I can read this. The text is a little bit small, so I'm going to read it for y'all this morning. Sort by date. Okay. All right, here we go. I, Patrick, full name, the employee of Christine Hines, trading as C&MH Construction, write this letter as an official complaint towards my recent employer. This is made out to, it says to whom it may concern. So I don't see who it's actually addressed to, if it's immigration or who, but based on the title, although he doesn't have it in the letter itself, it says complaint letter to WORC. You should properly put that in the actual letter itself, just for clarity, folks. I met Christine Hines through my older sister, Jeanette, who is employed with Christine's sister, who resides in the United States of America. Ms. Hines also wanted a nanny to work for her here in the Cayman Islands. So my sister, Anita, was employed by Ms. Hines and later joined her in Grand Cayman to work within Ms. Hines' home. Ms. Hines informs us of her construction company, and it would be a great opportunity for me and my brothers to come to the Cayman Islands and work with her company. Our work permit was granted, and we were now preparing to come to the Cayman Islands as Ms. Hines workers, traveling from Ghana through Turkey and then Cuba to reach here, with all expenses paid by me from my savings I accumulated from working in Dubai for a period of 4 years. My brothers and I arrived in the Cayman Islands on the 15th of April, 2022. From the airport, we were taken to a 2-bedroom and 2-bathroom house at 148 Democracy Drive, Moonbeam, Savannah, Newlands, which was rented for accommodation by Ms. Hines. Ms. Hines told us that she rented the house in her name, so every month we would pay the rent to her, and she would, in return, pay it to the landlord. On the 20th of April, 2022, I started working on a construction site. Ms. Hines was collecting $12 for each hour I worked, and she was taking $2 CI for each $12 an hour I earned every 2 weeks, and then pay me after making her deductions. Please know, none of this was discussed with me by Ms. Hines. It was later discovered that this is what she was doing without my knowledge or understanding until after the fact. Let me just pause here. You see, this is why I say this is amateur hour. How are you going to hire someone and not agree to what you're going to be paying them, and if there would be any deductions, exactly how that would work? So whether she's collecting $12 an hour for every hour you work or $1,000 an hour, that is actually none of your business, and it shouldn't matter. If she had her affairs properly organized, she would not be telling you that. She would simply be saying to you, your hourly rate is $10 per hour. Some jobs she might get more than $12 an hour. That's neither here nor there. So she doesn't know what she's doing when it comes to running a business. And furthermore, based on this complaint, none of this was ever communicated to him, and it should have been. All right, let's continue. Ms. Hines introduced us to her sister Dion and her husband Marvin Hines, who she made it very clear was a police officer. Things started to progress from our arrival, which had me to believe Ms. Hines was an honest and trustworthy person who I would rely on to guide me and my siblings whilst in the Cayman Islands, as she and her family would be the only people we know. However, it became clear that Ms. Hines, her sister Dion, and her husband is not only heartless and cruel, but also wicked as well. Fast forward to the present. On the 4th day of December 2023, I went to the WRC department to cancel my current work permit being held by CMH Construction. In an attempt of doing this cancellation, I was informed by the immigration officer that my work permit had been canceled from the 2nd of November 2023 by my employer. Then they informed me that I had overstayed in the Cayman Islands for a period of 30 days. My passport was taken by the officer, and I was referred to the enforcement unit, where I was instructed by an officer to write a letter explaining why I overstayed in the Cayman Islands. Since the cancellation of my work permit on November 2nd, 2023, I've been going through pure harassment with false accusations and unnecessary threats from Mrs. Hines, her police officer husband, and her sister Dion. Ms. Hines continues to collect my salary on November 3rd and on the 20th, 2023. I'm a faithful worker to Ms. Hines until I learn of her and her husband's dishonesty towards me with the numerous deductions she made for my salary for 1.5 years without any proper explanation as to what the deductions. Good morning. Okay, I don't know who you are, but the number you need to call is 936.
Probably you don't understand those Africans. They are liars. And their work permit say $10 per hour. They were working by Governor Village. And they were working by Watermark.
I'm assuming, hold on a second, Dion. I'm assuming that you are calling me knowing that I'm actually live on the radio.
You don't understand. You don't know what's going on. And you're on the talk show scandalizing people.
Okay.
You must get your facts together. The guy went to cancel his permit. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. He went and canceled his permit and didn't know that he was to go and look time. And look, there's a lot of people were involved in this. So because I will mix up everybody into this, and I'm going to tell you this because you stand there and talking about immigration, glasses, everybody are involved in this. These Africans come here as job opting. It's $10 per hour on their permit. And Christine made that point belong to them before them start work. They didn't pay no plane fare come here. Christine paid that. I told her to cancel them permit. Do not bring them here because I saw the problem. And she forced take out all our money out of our bank book. Bring these Africans come here. They are ungrateful. They're running from one job to the next job. But I'm going to make sure they never get back a next permit because I don't set that in immigration. Immigration know about them already. And that Caymanian that call you about Patrick, all she is looking is scraping money. Because where Patrick was working, the employee there, Tommy, tell me everything. Tell me that Patrick went and said that Christine canceled his permit, and Christine did not cancel his permit. Immigration said he went and canceled his permit from the 2nd of November. So all this scandalizing, you don't know about me, you don't know about Christine. I never ever hear my name on my road at our show. I don't know people, I follow the law. I follow the law right through. I make sure them pension, insurance, and everything up to date. And they come and they lie to you and this and that. Call immigration now and get the facts together and you will hear. You're not supposed to anti-show scandalizing people. That's not good. And you don't know about people.
Dion.
So why are you scandalizing but she don't have her paperwork together and that everything is up to date together? Everything. They know that. They are lying.
Dion, you said that you heard that I called your name. Were you actually listening to the show?
I heard you a while ago.
You were listening to the show. So you would have known that when I was reading these messages, right? Based on what I see in the messages.
Together, you don't know about me. Ask Patch and Godfrey about me. Me not want people now well disciplined when it come on to work. I'm telling you that I'm not asking you.
Dion.
Ask your sister Susan and Kamali. Ask them about Diana, they will tell you. Diana them always running to. And ask your mother Pamela. She will tell about me. I don't want people. When it come on to justice, I split justice. Those Africans are wicked. You soon find out about them. All they come here for the job acting. Why he don't tell her that his sister Anita is working with my sister in the day and working in a restaurant in the night where she do not have a permit to work at the restaurant? Why they don't tell her that?
Well, Dion, you say you are come out here and scandal everybody. So you're saying that his sister is working.
And you've been doing this.
Hold on. Dion, you said that you're going to scandal everybody. You just scandaled your own sister for having somebody work illegally, which happens to be his sister.
My sister found out that yesterday.
Right.
That is working. Somebody call her and tell her. She didn't know that. She didn't know that. Somebody makes her know that the girl working in the night.
Yeah.
Because they are liar.
Yeah.
And that already fixed in immigration already. That already fixed. Because I sent it off to them.
Well, since your claims say everybody know your reputation, let me tell you the messages I'm already getting about you. This woman say she can lie. Hold on, Dion. Since you say you're such an upstanding person.
I'm going to look for your sister in business I see them busy up for look about. I see them reputation and the I am mama and everybody bad. So you don't know me. So don't call back my name in your
Sorry, say Dion, say that again. But she not ready. What did she say? About my sister and what? I couldn't even understand what the hell she was saying. Dion lost her mind. This person says she can lie. She love old people money. That's why she didn't want to hire Caymanians. It's amazing how people can swear for themselves, but nobody else not swearing for them. Dion, please. Today not gonna be your day. You lucky it's 9:15 in the morning, and we have to pause 1 second. I'm gonna give our positive young people some encouragement who are trying to do the right thing. Let me see here now. Because God knows if it was 10:30, the response you would get from me would be something very different. Let's pause because we still have to call immigration. In the meantime, we're going to check in with some young people, some young Caymanians who are at the airport this morning. You guys ready for us? Hey, good morning, guys.
All right.
How are you guys doing?
Good morning. Hi, good morning.
Yes, morning. This is our under 15 national basketball team. That's correct?
Yes, ma'am. That's right.
Yes. So tell us a little bit about why you guys are at the airport today.
So we have the under 15 national team boys going to Tavares, Florida to compete in a tournament, an AAU tournament over the weekend. So it's guaranteed to play 3 games. And of course, if they advance, we go to the semifinals and the finals after that. So we're looking forward to enjoying another wonderful experience with the boys, of course.
Nice.
The team. And we're just looking to come back with a wealth of knowledge and experience. Some haven't been before. So, good things will definitely come out of this. And for the future, it's looking bright because I think once we get back, we'll try to include a lot more talented Caymanians.
Yes. And how many young people are you taking with you?
On this trip?
Yes.
This trip we have 8 boys. Now we have a team of 12. But this time around, time caught up with us where some other parents had other obligations and stuff this time around. So we're not able to take and go with full power, but experiences, we're gonna come back with a wealth of knowledge, so which is important for the development for the sport too.
Beautiful. Can we say hi to some of the young men that you have there?
Definitely.
Hello.
Hi. Hello, how are you doing, Mom?
We're good. How are you?
I'm all right.
So tell us your name and what district you're from.
My name is Caden Barber, and I'm from Bordentown.
From Bordentown. Beautiful.
Yes, ma'am.
And tell us what you're looking forward to this weekend.
This weekend, since it's my first trip with the team, I was looking forward to having a really good experience playing basketball overseas and developing my knowledge of basketball and the way I play the game, and just hoping to enjoy doing the sport I love, and as well as playing with my teammates and friends.
Okay, wonderful. Can we speak to somebody else and just say hello?
Hi, Miss.
Hi, morning. How are you?
I'm good, Miss, and you?
Very good. Give us your name and what district you're from.
I'm Jason Acosta, and I'm also from Bordentown.
Beautiful. Representing Bordentown. So, Jason, what are you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm also looking forward to a wonderful experience. Hopefully come back with some W's. And, just playing with this team is like a wonderful enjoyment. And I just hope that we could, make it on Cayman Compass once again.
Not the Compass, Cayman Mall Road.
Oh, Mall Road. Sorry.
Yeah, boy. We're not worried about the Compass over here, so.
Yeah, my bad, Miss.
We got you covered. That's all right. We got you covered for the number one news in Cayman. All right, let's speak to one more young person here.
Hi, how you doing?
Good morning. How are you?
Morning, I'm good. How are you?
Good. Let us have your name and where you're from.
My name is Liam, and I'm from Northside.
Northside. Wow, very good. So, Leo, this is your first time traveling with the team?
It's the second time.
Second time. Oh, so you're a bit of a seasoned player then. So what advice are you giving some of the guys who this is their first time?
Just continue to work hard and push through any sort of injury or any battles we may face. A lot of the competition in the States is quite nice to play against people up in the States. So just to push through and try our hardest.
Yeah. And they really make you elevate your game when you see what they're doing, right?
That's right.
Awesome. Well, good luck to all of you, and good luck to all the organizers. We know that there's some coaches and other people traveling with you guys as well. So please be safe, and we'll check in with you guys maybe over the weekend, and definitely when you get back for sure.
All right, thank you. Also wanted to say thank you to CMR Road on Burger King.
All right, awesome. Thanks a lot, guys. Okay, do you who's got the camera there? You want to give a big shout out to some of your sponsors that are making this trip possible?
Yeah, Cassandra, how you doing? I'm with the coaches, Coach Don and Eckert. Definitely want to thank Miracle Brokers, Foster's, of course you, Sandra, for always stepping in and helping these youngsters. You've done a wonderful job and you've always been supportive. So Cayman Mall Road, Burger King, Tim Hortons, Popeyes, the tourism board, obviously. Big thank you to you guys. And just parents. The parents have been a huge support. Also going out doing fundraising. Foster's allowing us to use their parking lot in order to make that happen. So this is a great experience, and we're building a foundation here of youngsters that's not only going to strive in sports, but they're also going to strive locally here in the community because of what they're being developed by these coaches. So you guys have done that. The people that I've mentioned, Cayman Mall Road, Burger King, and the tourism board, Lucas Foster's. Thank you. And also shout out to Siba also for helping the boys to send them off, making sure that there's no days missed from school. So these boys had school today, but they've been excused because they're traveling under the national condition, right? Or the national sport.
Awesome. Well, good luck to all of you, and keep us updated on how the tournament goes over the weekend.
Thank you, Sandra. Appreciate everything. Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good one.
All right.
All right. Very good. I see Dion calling me back again. Oh, Lord. Yes. Hello. Good morning. Hello.
Sandra.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Miss Verda.
Who is this? Sorry.
Miss Verda.
Miss Verda. Okay.
Miss Verda Evans. Listen. Let me tell you, leave my daughter alone.
Who is your daughter?
These African, the daughter CNM construction. The daughter carry these African come here. And you don't know how these African ungrateful. And you don't know how my daughter do get them from Africa. How much money she have to pay to carry them come here. And them is ungrateful.
Listen, this
man I go immigration go cancel their permit and don't even know that every time.
I'm sorry, say that again.
And I'm my lawyer, me I go call now, Mr. Mears. Right now, me I call my lawyer.
Yeah, call your lawyer. Okay, well, good luck with that. And the very mother has to call. You can kind of see how this point about potential harassment seems to be very true. What you gotta get your senior mother to call me for this morning? No, sir. Y'all need help. Okay, let's get to immigration. Hey, everybody, I expecting a phone call from the dog next. The family dog soon call me. Woof, 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 woof. I'm gonna come and get Zeus. Woof, woof, woof. Okay, honey child. Woof, woof. Y'all a bunch of donkeys. All right, let's call immigration. First, we'll call Patrick. Some of y'all not got no sense, you know. Yes, Curtis. Roof, roof. You can hear it now. Tammy's like, what a mess. An old lady calling me, talking about, I must leave your daughter alone. If your daughter doing the right thing or the wrong thing, I mean, it is what it is. Lord Jesus. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Patrick. All right.
Yeah.
You say you didn't cancel your work permit, right?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we're going to get immigration on the line here now. And they're, like I said, they're not going to give me any information about you. So you have to lead the conversation and simply ask them When give them your name, date of birth, you're gonna have to give them some information. And then when is it that your work permit was canceled and by whom? Okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, let's add in the call. Hold on one second. No, sir. These people not easy, boy. 9672.
Hello, and thank you for calling work. Please be calls may be recorded for quality assurance. If you know the extension of the party you are trying to reach, you may dial it at any time. Otherwise, please listen to the following menu options.
I haven't called works in a while, so let me see. Let's see what numbers we have to push.
Good morning. Thank you for calling work. This is Antoinette. How can I help?
Good morning, Patrick. Go ahead.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Patrick Emisa. I came to the work department on the 4th of December, and I found out my permit was canceled on the 2nd of November. So I'm calling to find out who come there and cancel my permit.
And you didn't cancel this yourself, sir?
What is it?
Did you not cancel the permit yourself or your employer?
No, I didn't come there cancel it by myself. I came there on the 4th of December, and I was being told that it was canceled on the 2nd of November.
Okay, can I have your date of birth, please?
Yeah, 2nd of February, 1992.
And your last name?
Emisa, AMISSAH.
You said AMI?
Yeah, SSAH.
And you said the 2nd of February, 1982?
No, 1992. 2nd of
1992.
February, 1992, yeah.
Okay, my apologies.
Okay.
And may I ask who your employer is, sir?
Christine Hans.
And what is your post with Christine? What is your job post?
Still fixer.
Still fixer.
Yeah, still fixer.
Did you have a permit before with her?
Yeah, since I came on the island, I have permit with her.
Okay.
So now, with it.
Okay, I just need to make sure I'm speaking to the right person. Okay,
Yeah.
before I could give out information. Okay. Okay, that's showing, the system is showing that information is correct, sir. Your permit has been canceled.
Yeah, on what date?
Okay, the permit effective date, the 4th of December.
No, I came there on the 4th of December, and they told me it was canceled on the 2nd of November. So I want to know who canceled it on the 2nd of the November.
Okay, your permit, we could actually receive the permit on a certain date, but whoever canceled it could put an effective date on there. Okay, so if you visit our office and they said that the permit is canceled, we could actually see that on the system.
Oh, okay. But I came there.
So that permit would be canceled by your employer or yourself.
Yeah, and I know myself I didn't come there on the 2nd to cancel it.
Okay.
And my employer too is denying that she's not the one who came there and canceled it. That's why I want to find out how it was being canceled.
Okay, did you speak to the officer when you visit the office to say that you didn't cancel the permit?
Yeah.
Okay. Because actually, if you go back to the office, we could check the signature on that application to see who canceled the permit.
Yeah, but I went to the work to show me the copy of the cancellation. They said they can't show me and even the immigration to ask them who canceled it, and they say if it's only 2 people can cancel the permit, either me or my boss. So if
That is
not me, then
that is correct. That is correct, sir. The only two person could cancel the permit. It will be yourself or your boss. But what I could advise you to do is maybe go back to the office and speak with one of the manager there, and we could look into it further for you. But you need to present your ID for us to do that.
Can I just jump in here? Good morning. This is Sandra Hill. And just for complete clarity, Patrick is calling, obviously, to obtain his own information. That's why I haven't spoken, because I wanted to see how far he could get. But we are live on the radio this morning, and I just have a question of clarity. So you're saying the fact that he called in this morning, you're not able to see on your system who canceled his work permit? He has to come in person for that information to be retrieved?
Yes, ma'am, because that'll be, I won't be able to confirm anything further with him. I advise him to go to the office to visit, and we'll be able to look into it further.
Okay, you can't
That's the
confirm
only
it because you
information.
can't see it, or you're not
I
allowed to?
cannot verify anything else over the phone with him. Sorry.
So you can't verify anything over the phone?
Just give me a second, please.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And even I did that. I went to the work to do inquiries about how it was canceled.
And you're saying that even in person, they wouldn't tell you or show you the signature?
Yeah. They told me they can't show me. And they told me to go send an email to FOI.
FOI? It's your work permit.
Hello, hello?
Yes, hi.
Hello? Yes, I could only advise the gentleman to go down to the office, please. And we could verify further. He could speak with one of the
Because he's saying that he
managers
actually
there.
went there and they told him to fill out an FOI. So are you sure you guys are able to give him this information even if he comes in person?
Ma'am, I won't be able to explain anything further on the phone because we are not able to confirm anything further over the phone.
Okay. All right. Thank you very
I
much.
advise him to go into the office and speak with one of the managers there, because
Mhm.
maybe he's spoken to an officer, and one of the manager will be glad to help him
Mhm.
in that aspect and guide him a little bit better. But I won't be able to confirm anything else over the phone, unfortunately.
Okay. All right. Thank you very
Okay.
much.
You're welcome.
Okay.
You
Have a
great
good day. You too. Bye-bye.
And happy holidays.
Oh, thank you so much. Have a great Christmas. All right. Hold on the phone, Patrick.
Okay.
I'm trying to get a hold of Mr. Franz Manderson now. This is very, very peculiar that you can't even find out for yourself. Oh, she was very professional. Thank you to whoever that officer was. I can't remember what she said her name was, but it's on you. You have to put in an FOI to get your own information.
Yeah, that's what they told me.
That sounds very, very ridiculous. Having said that, where's your passport right now, Patrick?
At the immigration.
Yeah.
They took it there at the immigration.
So they wouldn't take your passport and say that you've overstayed if you actually canceled your own work permit. Because at that time, you would have been forced to get time in your work permit and your passport.
No. The first time I went there to cancel it with a cancellation form was the 4th of December.
I had a few questions for Mr. Manderson this morning. I did want to ask him. Sounds like he might be otherwise engaged. Okay, we might have to get back to him, but let me continue reading the letter, Patrick, while I have you on the phone, and then I do want to ask you a few questions. So someone's asking, did you get your passport back? So they still have your passport?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right. So I was reading your complaint letter here that was sent in to immigration. And it said here, I was up until where you say, since the cancellation of my work permit on November the 2nd, 2023, I've been going through pure harassment with false accusations and unnecessary threats from Mrs. Hines, her police officer husband, and her sister, Dion. Ms. Hines continued to collect my salary on November the 3rd and November the 20th. I was a faithful worker to Ms. Hines until I learned of her and her husband's dishonesty towards me with the numerous deductions she made with my salary from 1.5 years without proper explanation as to what the deduction identifies as or what for. I came to the assumption that I was being charged for work permit and its fees, paperwork fees, and in relations to my permit. And also after the refusal of my 3 months permit, Ms. Hines told me that the immigration department only refunded her $1,200 for the permit, and I would have to give her an additional $1,200 to resubmit the said permit. It was acts of such brought me to my conclusion of being abused by her. So she was actually making you pay for your permit?
Yeah, I paid for my permit at the first, 2,400, and later on she come like the payment was denied and the immigration refund 1,200, so I have to add another 1,200 to put in another 1 year. Sorry.
And you go on to say, I have attached WhatsApp messages from Mrs. Hines and myself as recorded proof of our way of communication. And not once did she mention that she canceled my work permit, but she continued to reap from my salary, knowing I was illegally working. I have voice note recordings from Ms. Hines' phone to the subcontractor I last worked with, again, making false accusations that I went to cancel my own work permit and trying to frame her. She continued to hound over the subcontractor to give my third salary to her, even after she knew she canceled my work permit. I plead with the WORC Complaints Commission to help me in this matter, as this is my very first time in the Cayman Islands and would never do anything to jeopardize my stay here either, as I am a good law-abiding citizen who have lived in country such as Dubai for 4 years and did not commit such crimes. Ms. Hines has shown herself to be a very dishonest and heartless employer. So, Patrick, she claims that she had no issues with you. She didn't have any reason to cancel your permit. We could see, though, from some of the correspondence dating back to even over the summer, she was getting very, very testy with you and telling you not to talk to her in a particular way. And in fact, in one message, she even threatened that she would cancel your permit.
Yeah, when he told you something or something is going on, you want to question her, then you come like, don't talk to me like that. You know, I'm my boss. I'm your boss. Don't talk to me in the way you want. And that's like when you question her, like, this going on, what is this? I don't understand this. Then you get angry and telling you all this. Don't talk to me like that. Don't talk to me. Don't argue with me. Because you want us to keep quiet and do whatever she wants to us.
Wow. It's very, very shocking. So, immigration still has your permit. I mean, your passport.
My passport. Yeah, they still have my passport.
They still have your passport. Huh. What a mess. So, when you started working with Christine, did she give you an employment contract?
No, there was nothing like that.
Nothing like that. Did she tell you how much you'd be paid and how you'd be paid?
For that one, no, but we just make it feel like it's $2. The amount of money we earn a day, and in every hour, like if you earn $10 per hour, she will deduct $2 from it. That was the only agreement we had.
But it's really weird to me that she's telling you what you are earning per hour from the subcontractor. Like that isn't even any of your business, to be honest. If she says to you, you work for me and I'm paying you $10 an hour, it doesn't make any difference what's going on at the job site. So your only communication about salary and whatever should be with her. She shouldn't be saying, well, these people are going to pay me $12 an hour, and out of that, I'm going to give you 10. That's not how you're supposed to run your business. So it's very, very confusing.
Yeah, there was nothing like that when we were coming, because when we were coming, we even thought we are coming to work in his company. But since we came here, we never work in his company. We just subcontract to some company. So they pay her and she pay us. That's how it goes here.
And I mean, she canceled your work permit, but you continued to work because she never told you that she canceled it. So
and even you see, the third, she go and cancel it on the 2nd, and the 3rd, I collected the money at the site. They give me the money at the site with an envelope and everything. So I called her like this, I have the money with me. And he said, okay, I'll call you when I get home. So he messaged me like, I'm home now. So I take the whole envelope to her for her to do her deduction. And after he bring me back my money on the 3rd of November. And the 20th too, the same thing happened. Once she knows she canceled the permit.
So you're saying that if they give you cash on the job site, which again is very, very bizarre, she then comes and takes money out of the cash that they give you?
They used to give it to her, or she came for it at the site.
Oh, okay.
But on the 3rd, she couldn't make it. So when they come, they paying, she wasn't there. So they give me the money. Like, your boss is not here, so go and give this to your boss. And I said, okay.
And that was on the 10th of that was on the 10th of November.
The 3rd of November, yeah.
And so you gave her that envelope.
Yeah. I didn't even open it to know how much in there or how much what's in there. So I called her like this. I've collected the money on the side, so I will bring it to you when I come home. And he said, okay. So she messaged me when he came home like, Patrick, I'm home now. And I go and give the money, the envelope.
Okay. And now they're saying that you and your brothers and everybody from Ghana are a bunch of ungrateful people. How do you respond to that?
Maybe she don't understand the word ungrateful. Because there's nothing wrong we've been doing to her. You know.
What behavior do you think she's referring to as ungrateful?
Like maybe when she talk and we argue, now we got to know some of the law. Like there's things we don't want her to do it to us anymore. That's why maybe she refer like they're ungrateful. Yeah. Because there's nothing wrong. She can't mention like we did this to her or we did this to her. And you see, me and my brother, she was saying like she pay our plane ticket to here. We pay our ticket by ourselves.
And obviously, since you paid it yourself, you would have proof that you paid it.
Yeah.
And how did you pay for the ticket?
No, we buy the ticket from our country and to here. She didn't send anybody money to buy tickets.
Okay, so you're saying that that's not true.
Yeah.
Wow. So what is all this money that she's deducting then from your pay?
Even there was no understanding. It's like every fortnight when we collect money, there was a deduction. Every fortnight. This, that, like paperwork. I can't even say because there was a whole lot. And me and my brother is like, we are here, so we have to keep calm. Later on, we will find out what to do. And could you believe she want us not to talk to anybody at the site? Because when we get to talk to them, we will get to know the law. Or what. So she want us. At times she will come like, don't talk to anybody at the site. They are this, they are this, they are this, they are this. So when we got to know, and now when she talk or bring something out, we argue with her. Maybe that's why he's saying we are ungrateful. Because there's nothing.
Because you started to find out more about the law, and you started to question how she was doing things.
Yeah,
I see. All right, Patrick. Well, immigration says you have to go in person to confirm and speak to supervisor. Do you mind if I come along with you? Can I go in person with you to find out who?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure our listeners really want me to get to the bottom of this, and I want to get to the bottom of this as well. So you and I can arrange a time to go down to WRC.
Yeah, I'll be very grateful.
Okay. All right.
My
yes, sir.
My friends can come on.
Yeah, sure.
Miss Sandra,
Yes,
good
ma'am.
morning.
Yes,
I think
ma'am.
I'm in a more calmer spirit
Yes.
now because it's starting to make sense, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We went down there. We were dealing with Mr. I don't want to call the officer's name on live,
Mm-hmm.
but there's an officer that we're dealing with at enforcement, okay?
Uh-huh.
Even when they continuously harassed him with the phone calls to the subcontractor making allegations, we kept going back to immigration because police don't tell us they can't help us, and we know why they can't help us. It's clear. And we keep going back to this poor, not poor, but this helpful Kimanian officer, because it really astounded me to see that we had them there and their hands tied. You can see his hands was tied. He wanted to help, but we can only follow the law to get the help because the law twisted in them. And that's why these people behaving like that. We kept going and we kept going. So I don't know if we go with you, we will get a better result or he get a better result. But trust me, I went down there with him. I tried everything in my power. When I walked out of there, the last thing I planned to do was go get a lawyer. Get a lawyer because I didn't know what else to do. And my ignorance not gonna be the solution to helping him. So what we did was we went back down to the work department. Down at the work department, again, another wonderful Kimanian officer. We sat down with and we explained and we showed our evidence because at this time they were telling him that he can't get this record to see who canceled the work permit.
That's ridiculous.
We're not sure what,
it's in
we don't
relation.
know what we,
It's in
we
relation
even
to
got
his
a
work
document
permit.
here. Yeah, it's a document requisition form. We even got it. We hold it in our hand. The young officer, the Kimanian work officer, compliance officer that we sat with, I really don't want to call his name, but again, I know him real good. And when we sat with him in our office, he told us point blank what to do. And it's the letter you read in this morning. It's the same letter you read in this morning we sent to their complaints office. And we're not stopping there. We're going further. Because Miss Sandra, if Patrick is guilty of doing it, he guilty. And I'm not picking up for him. I would make him know you're wrong. But there's no way he could be here with me. And I keep explaining to him how the law works, how to deal with things, and he would do something wrong. I can't see that happening. So I too want to learn who canceled this work permit. I know.
Well, I mean,
for a
there's
fact he
there's
went on
only
the
two
board.
possibilities. The officer just said it on the phone. There's only two possibilities. The fact that they can't tell you definitively that it's one or the other when you're calling for your own information, I think is, a little bit problematic. Uh-oh, I think I've accidentally put, hello? Oh, sorry. I was trying to answer another call. I'm not sure if I dropped both calls there. I think I may have. So this is a problem. I don't understand why you need to put in an FOI request or even do a requisition form or anything of the sort. Denny, just hold on one second. I was trying to merge calls and I somehow hung up on this other person. So I'm not really understanding how it's possible. Let me see here now. How it's possible, folks, that they're telling you have to go through all these hoops to just verify. But by a process of elimination, we already know who canceled it. Because if the guy canceled it himself, he wouldn't now be in trouble with immigration. They wouldn't have his passport and all of this other stuff. He wouldn't have to write an explanatory letter to them and all those things. So it's just a bit shady. Yeah, I'm sorry, Christine. Young lady.
Yes, ma'am. So I am too curious, Miss Sandra, to find out who canceled it. And honestly, I want to tell you again, Miss Sandra, and the people of the Cayman Islands, it was not my intention. And Miss Sandra, you can plead for me. You can clarify that for me because I was texting you before this. It was never my intention to come on the airway in reference to these people. It was not.
One second for me. One sec. Okay, sorry. Somebody else was trying to get on there, but yeah.
It wasn't my intentions, but the continuation, the harassment, the allegations, the bullying, the people of the Cayman Islands can plainly hear it. If he did not have my help, tears in my eyes, to see him going all the way back to Africa, deported off of what they are doing. What they
And I mean, it's so interesting that her sister Dion said that she's going to ensure that this man never works in this country again. I want to know how she intends to do that. That right there is a threat. Let me try France Manderson one final time.
And that's how they behave. That's their behavior. I'm not talking with these people. That's why I'm so high-rated, because he dealt with them time they right.
So they're trying to say that he went in, canceled his own work permit, continued to work, and she continued to collect the pay for his work.
And she wants us to believe he did that. I can't. He's still working and giving her the money. No way.
Denny, good morning.
Yeah, morning. One minor detail that I think will also build the web.
Ma'am, Dion. Hold on, Denny. Dion. You are a very ignorant person. Go back. Dion, listen to me. Listen to me. You are lucky. You call all the lawyers in the world. Call every single lawyer in the Cayman Islands. You are an ignorant woman. You did say that. You said that they will never work in Cayman again. Listen to me, woman. I will end this radio show early. Come off the radio show to put you in your place this morning. You know? Don't call my number again. Do not call my number again with your lies and bullying tactics. My name not Patrick. Like Patrick girlfriend say, you people want to come to this friggin' country and try to treat other people less than human because you've gotten Cayman status at one little piece of paper? Denny, you hold the hell on here now. Because obviously, we have to remind these people, this is not your country. You are here as a matter of privilege. This is where immigration needs to do better. These people are breaking our laws left, right, and center. Take their papers from them. This is an embarrassment. They're an embarrassment to all the good Jamaicans who don't do this. And worse off, they're embarrassment to the Caymanians who are born here. You've already ruined your damn country. Go back to your cesspool in Jamaica. You know why you don't want to go there? Because if you were doing this thing in your country, somebody would put you in a friggin' ditch here today. Listen, don't rump with me, because I will tell you the cold hard truth on your backside. You couldn't do this in Jamaica. Somebody would have done shot you long time for these types of abuses. But you come to Cayman, get all kind of privileges here in this country, and then you want to treat people like they're dogs. You go back to Kingston and try it. Go to St. Mary, go to St. Elizabeth, go to anywhere else in your country and try it, because you know what the end result could be. Dion, don't pick up the phone and call me again. You hear me? You call my phone one more time this morning and you see what I can tell you. I will cut off the radio early and make the AI pick up whatever the hell that can pick up, and I will read you starting at 10 o'clock this morning. We got to go early if that's what you want to do. You are a liar. I heard you with my own 2 ears threatening them people about how they're going to never work in Cayman again. They're so ungrateful. They're this and that. What kind of powers you think you have in this friggin' country, woman? Who the hell are you? You come here and you follow and you abide by the laws of this country. Y'all are running a sham situation, and tell your mother, don't call me either. Because I don't like disrespecting old people, but you're not going to call me any kind of way. You think people don't know you? You think people don't know who you people are? If you see the comments that are coming in this morning about you, people know exactly who you are. You're not fooling nobody. See what this other person had to say? Calling your very name. Oh, yes, that's her. Everybody know who you are. You a bully. You calling here talking about, oh, I must go sort out my sisters. The same way I sorted out Carmelie in this show, I will sort your behind out the same way and more. So you will get sorted out. You can believe that. You people are disrespectful to the max. Good morning, Mr. Manderson.
Good morning. Is it Friday? Happy Friday.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks for returning my
Yes.
call. I
Sure,
mean,
sure. Sorry, missed you.
that's okay. These people that we've allowed to come into this country, let me say this, France, to you, right?
Okay.
We give them status. They get the benefits of living in a relatively safe and decent country. And some of them are hell bent on coming here and destroying Cayman and making it like a cesspool, like where they have come from. Why are we allowing them to break immigration laws, break work permit laws, break labor laws, everything, and we can't do nothing about them? We need to get rid of these people.
We have every right to do something about it. We have the laws to do about it. We are, I mean, if you ask work what they're doing, they will tell you that they have exceeded their target for fines and for people being arrested this year. CBC is doing a great job. They've got more guns and drugs coming in at the airport. Northwood is full. It is a full-time job. We had a session with our new board members yesterday. Minister Seymour has appointed a slew of new board members, and the message that we put across to them is they have to see their job as part of our national security system. When you grant someone a work permit, you have to understand that you are giving them a right to come into the country. So we have to get that right. When I was chief immigration officer, my challenge to my team was, listen, we are going to police the workforce, the non-Caymanian workforce, to the extent where the police doesn't have to, right? So we are going to keep them under control so that the police only have to deal with Caymanians. And I know Mr. Jeremy, who is the director of work, has that same challenge, is that, but he now has a 37,000 person workforce to police. I had maybe 25,000, 20,000.
And this is where
mama's job.
Yeah,
But
this is where I must say, France, this is where there's certain industries that are obviously worse than others, right? Construction, janitorial, landscaping. They are taking advantage of already vulnerable individuals. We need to hyper-focus on those industries.
Yeah,
and I know you've talked about this before, and if this government doesn't do something, the one thing that they should do in relation to immigration is have a ranking system where some employers are automatically high risk and need to be further scrutinized, and others, if they have done the right thing, they've been compliant, they get a check mark. The ones that continue to break the law, we need to do something about them. And I am shocked and appalled. We just had a lady here on the phone who had the audacity to call in, talking about she can make sure that these Africans, these people from Ghana, never get work in Cayman again. She said it on the radio. And when I repeated it, this woman had claimed that she never said that.
Wow.
Yes. She must be crazy. And everybody said that her mother must go sit down because she come here and marry one poor Caymanian fool. And same thing you talk about, these marriages of convenience. And now all of them think that they're running the Cayman Islands.
Well, so this is the point that I made in the Parliament a couple of days ago. These are things that we as Caymanians have total control over. Very few foreign nationals have businesses here, right? The government has made it very easy for a Caymanian to own a business. So when we open a business as a Caymanian, we should be then responsible, and we should make sure that the people that we are recruiting are of good character, can speak English. We should
and not just that, but I'm talking about these employers now, France. These employers who come here and get status, and the first thing they want to do is open up a sham business to be able to take advantage of poor workers from all over the world, including their own country, Jamaica.
Right, and then when work turned down their work permits,
for the record, people seem to think you don't know that you're on air. I tell them you're not that foolish. You know that when I call you in the morning before 10:30, you're on air.
Yes. You did warn me. Yes.
Oh my God.
It's a good conversation to have. And like I said, we as a Caymanian people need to step up. We need to do better. Because what's going to happen now is the government is going, to react to these things. And then, what's going to happen then is that, legitimate businesses are going to then put through further red tape again. But there's something that needs to be done because persons are just exploiting their workers. They don't have good business acumen, and they're just not capable of running businesses as we have seen.
Exactly. And that's the situation here. I see conversations with this woman where she's saying she's waiting on the company that has engaged her company for construction services to pay her money so she can turn around and pay the worker per job. That is not how it works.
No.
You're supposed to pay your worker whether you on a job or not, or whether they're on a job or not.
Your business is supposed to be capitalized so that you can operate.
Exactly. So how is it that DCI is giving people, let me ask you this question now. How is it that DCI is giving people licenses and immigration is approving work permits when you don't know what their capitalization is? Because I bet you if you went and look at this CMH construction right now, they're not got no money in the bank to pay people. That is why she can't pay her African workers or anybody else. She's waiting on the job. Oh, the people that haven't handed me the envelope with the check yet for me to come and pay you. That should not be the case. You should not be getting work permits approved.
Exactly. So that's where like you said, your accreditation comes in. And I know the Minister of Labor is on board with it as well. But what we wanted to do was to get work, sort of settled in, get their director appointed. We couldn't give them this huge new mama's task when they were just in the middle of separating themselves from CBC and things. So I think 2034 is here for that.
Let me ask you a few questions. The original reason I wanted to speak to you: if an employer cancels a work permit, why is there not a requirement that employee is notified immediately of the cancellation?
Well, first of all, the employer should notify the employee immediately. I mean, you don't go behind someone back and do this, because then you're rendering the person almost on the island illegally.
Of course. But immigration knows that it happens all the time. So since they know that the employer isn't doing it, should there not be an obligation on the government and WORC to notify the employee that your work permit has been canceled?
Absolutely, and they do. But you must remember now, you are dealing with thousands and hundreds of people that this is happening to on a weekly basis. I know that that is the rule. If somebody comes in and cancels a work permit, you get in touch with the person. But first of all, you tell the employer, have you contacted the employee? Have you advised them of this? And of course, they're going to tell them yes. And then, of course, when the person comes in, they're going to find out, no, he never told me, he canceled it behind my back. But I do know that work does try to contact these persons. Now, some person doesn't want to be contacted, right? So you have that issue as well. But it's numbers. And I think, we have, if you think about it, you have 37,000 employees. If just a handful of those cancels work permits for 15 or 20 people every week, those are numbers that work has to deal with, in addition to all of the other things that they're dealing with. So it's a mammoth task. It really is. It really is.
Well, I tell you what, France, there are automated systems when people get put into the immigration system. You need a good contact number for them via WhatsApp and an email address. Right? And then you can automate the message via WhatsApp or email. Your permit has just been canceled. Your permit has just been approved. Your permit has been deferred. Your permit has been submitted. All of this information should be part of the intake process when someone is submitting an application. Because so many people are also out there hoodwinking people into giving them money for permits, and they're never even putting in a permit. There's a whole other scam. We have a guy now, Nicholas Miller, scamming people in that exact same way. Let me ask you another question. The gentleman called this morning. He's actually I think he's on the line here with us. He called this morning and asked immigration on the phone who canceled his permit. They can't tell him who canceled his permit. He must come in person to find out that information. Why are we so antiquated? Why does that require an in-person visit? Wouldn't it be wonderful one day if we had the technology where workers could also log on to the system and have access to their own files and see when something is going on with their permits?
Right. So absolutely. So one of the things that we're looking at is that type of system. But also, listen, we have had numerous cases of people calling up saying, giving other people's names, trying to get other people's information.
Okay.
Right. So I think that is one of the reasons why work will tell to
Well,
somebody,
when
listen,
he went into,
come into
well, let
our
me,
office and-
yeah, I mean, that's a fair point that you can't verify in the phone who the person
Yeah.
is. But let me also say this. Here's another issue. When he went in person, he was told he needs to make an FOI request in order to see who canceled his permit. It's like,
No,
what?
but I mean, it's almost they can cancel it, isn't it? Is that his employer?
Right. But they wouldn't
Right.
tell him that. They wouldn't, well, they told him the employer canceled it, but they won't show him any proof because the employer's claiming that she never canceled it. So he's like, well, show me proof.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's saying the bank can verify identities on the phone. Why can't immigration? You know, maybe y'all need to ask more than one question to be able to verify,
Absolutely.
you know, who a person is.
Fair point. That's an
I
area that
just
we
want to
can.
know that when he goes in today, because I'm going to go with
Yeah.
him, that somebody isn't going to say,
Right.
oh, you have to put in an FOI request and then sit down and wait. Because immigration has now said he is overstayed illegally. They've confiscated his passport. They wouldn't be doing all that if he canceled his own work permit.
Right.
I mean, logically,
Yeah. So
it's only one person that could have done it.
Yeah, he wants to see his cancellation letter. That's what he wants.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
And is that not something that they should be able to pull up on the system and simply show him?
Well,
Why
yes,
does that
yes,
require an
but-
FOI request?
Yeah. Well, you're getting into all sorts of data protection things. Suppose the employer has, I'm thinking out loud, has the employer said things there that they may not want him to be aware of, that they have told us if he was doing something wrong. Listen, there's all sorts of things that the work has to take into consideration, but there's no doubt that he should be able to be told who has canceled his work permit, the date that has been canceled. That's
Well, they're continuing to deny that, making all sorts of deductions from his pay that only God knows what it is for. He said the only thing he's concluded that it was for, that he was paying for his own work permit. Because despite them claiming that they paid for the ticket, he has evidence to show otherwise that he paid for. Patrick, are you still on the line?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's Patrick. He said that he paid for his tickets and so on to come here. And yet this one for well over a year now has been making regular deductions every single month. At one point even told him that a previous 3-month permit was denied. Immigration refunded only $1,200 of the $2,400. And so he's responsible for paying her back the $1,200.
No, that is illegal. There is an offense called illegal payment of a work permit in the immigration laws. So that person can be prosecuted for doing that. That's exploitation of your workers.
Mm-hmm. And well, a lot of exploitation is happening here. One question this person says, if a visa is refused, why can't the applicant know the reason why? I'm assuming this is a visitor's visa.
Well, you're definitely entitled to a reason. That is a constitutional protection, that you have a right to know a reason why a government department made a decision.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a right to know that. You might like it, but
exactly.
you can be.
Patrick, we're going to get you some help with this situation this morning. With Mr. France on the line, is there anything that you wanted to say to him that might help CBC, WRC to do their jobs better? I mean, he's come all the way from Ghana, and it's unfortunate that some Jamaican nationals who've acquired status think now that they're running this country and they can talk to people any kind of way. Patrick, they've even told him he's not going to work in this country again. I want to know how they got that kind of power.
Yeah, that's not good at all. Mr. Patrick, I'm sorry to hear all these things that are happening to you. How can we help?
No, the case is at the immigration, and now they said they are doing investigation, but who canceled it before they can alert me to put in another work permit to start work.
Yeah.
I mean, how long does that investigation take? Because you guys should have the letter and file. That should be a 2-minute investigation.
I agree. But
Patrick, when did you let me just ask him, Patrick, when did they take your passport for you and told you all of this? That was on December the 4th?
Yeah, on the 4th.
And they told you that in early November, a month before, that your employer
Yes.
was the one who canceled your permit?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So, okay, so they have advised you that your employer canceled your permit. Have you given them a statement then to say that they have been deducting money from your pay? Have you made them aware of that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he has done a 2-page letter here, which I read
Okay,
earlier
good.
as well. Now, Miss Olive says a 3-month steel fixer permit is for $375. A 1 year is for $2,400. So, any idea, Patrick, why she was telling you a 3-month was for $2,400? Patrick?
Yeah.
Yeah, she told you the 3-month was $2,400.
No, for the year, 1 year.
Okay, but you said a 3-month was denied, and then she told you had to pay $1,200. I mean, I'm just referring to what your letter said.
Yeah, because she said they refund when they denied, they refund 1,200. So I have to add another 1,200 to put in another 1 year.
I mean, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. So it says that the immigration only refunded her $1,200. I came to the assumption that I was being charged for work permit and its fees, paperwork fees in relation to my permit, and also after the refusal of my 3-month permit, Ms. Hines told me that the immigration department only refunded her $1,200. But that couldn't have been a 3-month permit because a 3-month permit isn't that much money.
No.
And that I need to give her an additional $1,200 to resubmit the said permit. I mean, we have in her own handwriting all of the deductions that she was making, although she wasn't stipulating what they're for. You know, she's going to have to explain all those deductions, $500. I mean, in one slip alone, France, just to give you an idea, she claims that it was like $1,600 that was made, and yet the man only got paid the equivalent, let me see, $1,632, and his take home was $332 of $1,632.
Wow.
Because she deducted $400 for something, $500 for something else, and another $400 for something else.
Right. And then he's also paying for his work permit.
Well, he said that, you know, she never ever really explained to him what all these deductions were for, but this is what he eventually concluded. She's charging him every single month to have the privilege of working here in the Cayman Islands. How are we allowing this to happen?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, once we find out about it, then we have a duty to deal with it. So, the team at work, I have no doubts at CBC, they will get to the bottom of this. They're very committed. They will get it done. But
And
like I said,
here's the other thing, France. Why is it that CBC, WRC, and DCI are not working in conjunction with each other, right? Because you find out about these types of offenses. Why are these people continually able to get business licenses? Once you have done these to workers, you should be on a list over at DCI where you can't even get a business license.
That's the issue, though. I'm sure they're all talking, but I don't believe that in the trade and business law, you being a poor employer is a reason to refuse your trade and business.
Well, it should be. And this is now where our parliamentarians or legislators need to get their stuff together. Because that should be a reason. Once you've had certain infractions, you should not be able to continue to get business licenses. And then the husband, who is a police officer, they have alleged that he is harassing and threatening them as well.
Well,
but again, the whole thing is a hot mess.
Yeah. And again, the people that are doing it is our people. You know, so we need to be we need to be better.
Listen, let me say this. It's not very often that I'm going to make a distinction between a paper Caymanian and a non-paper Caymanian, because legally I understand that they're the same people. But in this instance, after getting a phone call from Dion, the daughter, twice, and from the old lady who's a mother talking foolishness, we're not claiming them as our people. They're straight from Jamaica. Let me be very, very clear. They're not Caymanians, and I don't care what piece of paper you have to say otherwise. In my eyes, the dirty ways that you bring here after you get the privilege of getting status in this country should be stripped from you. You are not a Caymanian, and your behind needs to go back to Jamaica.
Yes.
I will defend good, upstanding Jamaicans, Filipinos, anybody. When you cross the line and you start to break the law in this country, and you want to believe that you're somebody so much so that you can say, oh, those people from Ghana, not no good, they're this, that, and the next thing. The same thing that people want to say about Jamaicans, and y'all get offended when they say it. Have some respect for human beings, regardless of where they're from, because you wouldn't want anybody treating you like this.
That's the issue.
So they're not our people here today. We're not claiming them. As a matter of fact, the Jamaicans say that they're not claiming them either. France, I appreciate you as always.
Yes, always.
Taking our calls. And, we need to talk about these marriages of convenience, because that's something else that we need to stamp out of this country as well. Because that's another thing that is causing a complete ruination and undermining all sorts of aspects of our community.
Exactly. And I saw some of your readers' comments saying, oh, this has been going on for a long time. Where are we just talking about it? No, I've been talking about this from the time I was at immigration 15 years ago. But what the reason that I'm highlighting it again now is that it is getting worse. I have seen more and more cases. I said it in Parliament. When you call a man and say, please give us the name of your spouse, and he can't remember the name of his spouse, that's a problem.
My God.
As a kid who cannot remember the name of their spouse, that is a problem.
My God.
When we call up somebody and says, can we get the name of the phone number for your spouse, and they tell you that they can't remember the phone number for their spouse, that's a problem. How did we get there? So we as a people need to do better. So you're right. Anyway.
I know I would have divorced mine a long time ago. He better remember name, birth date, and everything.
Yeah.
Thank you, France. I appreciate it.
Else. Okay.
All right, my dear. Appreciate it.
Bye.
All right, Mr. Patrick, I'm going to message you after the show. I have an 11:30 appointment, but you and I got to go down. In fact, the head of WRC has contacted us. He wants to see you. You and I are going to go see him this morning, and we're going to get to the bottom of this. Not maybe morning, depends on how long my doctor's appointment is for. After my appointment, I will call you. So make yourself ready. You head to town, because I will be in town, and we will link up. And we'll go to WRC and get this all sorted out. Okay, sir?
Okay, ma'am.
All right, very good.
I would like to, again, very much, continue the good work. And a pointer in that, the lady said, you heard him this morning about how he canceled his own permit because he won't go marry the Caymanian. Well, it's been good, man, in year. And every time we supposed to get married, he put that way. You know why? Because
the caller that I just joined, please turn down your radio in the background. So they're thinking, oh, because he wants to. Let me say this. Sometimes the pot be calling the kettle black, right? Yeah. Because here's what somebody had to say. They say, hello, these damn Jamaicans are dragged up and getting these company licenses and wondering what they're doing here. If the government don't change this PR system, Lord help us all, Cayman. Tell Vina, I don't know who the hell Vina is. I don't know if that's the grandmother or the mother, whoever she is, that what she needs to do is take care of that old West Bay man, her husband, have him locked up in that house that his family can't even see him. They all come here, grab up Caymanian old people and handle them like garbage. So whoever Vina is, if the cap fit, then please wear it. And I don't care how many lawyers you can be calling this morning.
I'm just glad for your talk show so that people can see that no matter where you come from, there is some justice in the Cayman Islands. And all of us, as I'm sorry to say this, but single eyes really want to say in reference to Caymanian, because this is a paper Caymanian, and I'm a born and bred Caymanian, and I'm not behaving like her. I'm not behaving like her.
I mean, I don't let me, like I said just now, I wanted to be very clear, right? I don't like to try to divide people talking about paper Caymanians and whatever. But when you come here with a particular attitude and you didn't even have the gift of having a Caymanian mother and a Caymanian father that conceived you here and pushed you out in Georgetown Hospital, you better check yourself. Because that is when you and I gonna have a problem. Because you're not gonna disrespect me. You're not gonna disrespect my country and our laws here. And there's the same reason I say to every single Caymanian who has a foreign spouse that allows them to come here, break our laws, wreak havoc on this community, and you stand by them like you're a friggin' first-rate donkey, you are worse than them. You can't allow people to destroy your country. Stacey says they can't go back to Jamaica because Jamaica full too. They don't want them back. Well, I don't know where the hell they can go, but we need to start saying enough is enough and stop tolerating this complete disrespect for our laws. And the fact that they can have such derogatory things to say about other expats. Oh, they're not no good. This, not next thing. Oh, that is really, really rich. You know, I look at the clock and I can't wait till 10:30 reach. Because I not even get to talk about these MPs yet. And that's coming at 10:32. Thank you, my dear.
I'm sorry, I'm going to call. I'm just waiting for someone. It's okay.
All right. Thank you very much. Denny, you've been patiently waiting your comment this morning.
Okay. Just a couple of quick points. And when trying to establish the mens rea of the offender, you need to find out whether there's any written agreement to make deductions in excess of 1/3 of the payment.
There wasn't any written agreement whatsoever. That's why the man don't even know what the deductions are for.
Right. And so what that means is that that's another offense right there. You the maximum amount you can.
Yeah, you see, they don't know the laws. That's why when I said they don't even understand the fundamentals of business, I don't know why the mother call in and the sister call in talking about, oh, I'm insulting them and blah, 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 about they don't know how to run a business. It's obvious you don't know how to run a business. Woman, you can barely string a sentence together, much less. That you shouldn't be insulted by that. The truth is the truth. And Danny is right. There's a maximum amount of deductions by law, and that is in the labor law. So they're not familiar with the immigration or the labor law or good human decency, but that is also in the law. So the fact that you can say that he made $1,600 and you take him all the way down to $332 is a labor offense.
That's right.
Thank you, Danny.
I want to make a couple of other points. The work and other agencies of government can verify a person's identity online using video conferencing and look at the person, ask them questions. They can see ID through the video conferencing. It can be done. Okay.
They just need to get with the technology. That's what they need to do.
Another point. Mr. Manderson just said that they have a right under Section 19 of the Constitution for decisions, for reasons for the decision. But there's a word that I want to emphasize. To say that you can get reasons, what it actually says is you have a right to receive written reasons. Because you see, if you want to come on this forum and you want to have a discussion about anything, or if you want to go to court, or you want to make a complaint, you need evidence. And that's why when the Constitution was being worded, we insisted that the word written be included so that you could have the evidence. And so what you need to be asking for is written reasons for the decisions made. And another point about decisions, you have a right under the Data Protection Act to have access to your own information. You don't need to do an FOI for that. Now, I know that's common amongst many of the civil servants because I don't know what the reason is. They're kind of reluctant to give certain information, but it's the law. We have a right, and I believe that needs to be respected and cut out this nonsense about everything should be done by FOI. Even the FOI law, the way that is supposed to work.
And you shouldn't have to FOI your own information. That doesn't even make no sense.
It doesn't. Not only does it not make any sense, but the way that the FOI law works, it's not practiced this way by all agencies, but it is the way it's supposed to work, which is that they should make the information available by default, unless there's some question about whether they should or not. And I mean legitimate question, not just excuses, right?
Right.
Because the default is that if there's no reason to withhold the information, just make it public. And then if there is a valid reason then you make the FOI. That's how it's supposed to work.
All right, Danny. Thank you very much.
Anyhow, take care.
All right, we do have another caller on the line as well. Good morning, caller.
Sandra, I'm going to be very brief. I'm so happy you're feeling better. I too got the flu last week. I've never had COVID, and I've never had a flu this bad.
Oh, gosh.
But thank you that you're feeling so much better.
Thank you.
I wanted to say that the callers earlier, and the fact that they're Jamaicans and they're graduate and they're uneducated, it's hard to take, because it does appear that they're not grateful to be here. And I do take that sentiment as well, even though I have foreign parents. But I want to say that it's not every Jamaican. Obviously,
no, definitely not
isolated.
Yes.
Yeah, and I understand what you've already cleared that up. But I have to say that they need to be more informed. The immigration needs to grow their department. I say that humbly because our population is growing.
Exactly.
And immigration needs to grow as well. This issue is not only in those, jobs like construction and domestic. It's also in the magic circle. And I hate to bring this up again, but even lawyers working in offices and finance experts, and we are all Caymanians, we're treated a certain way, and the immigration is not following up on issues. They're just not. And so it is really disarming, and it's really disconcerting. And I don't know, it's a topic that is it's never ending, but our government has to have the resources to
be able to address it.
Yeah, I say that only because I am not in the domestic world, I'm not in the construction world, but I'm in the finance industry. And I'll leave you there.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. I mean, obviously, they seem to be struggling with enforcement. So in order, we can say, yes, we need them to enforcement. As Mr. Manderson just said, they have enforcement numbers that they have never had before. So this is a problem. You know what I'm saying? This has got to be addressed. Now, we got 5 minutes left in this show. And I'm going to switch conversations here. And next week, I'm going to update you guys on what we've discovered with this situation and what the latest is. Ms. Verda, Dion, Christine, none of you call my number again this morning or any other morning for that matter. You guys are disrespectful. This is what one listener to the program said. They said, do not forget that we have Jamaicans that come here, get status, and conduct themselves poorly. They're not and should not be called Caymanians. Neither should they be called paper Caymanians. Those Jamaicans are called toilet paper Caymanians. We'll get an update on that. But like I said, you definitely not coming here and disrespecting me. As a matter of fact, I don't allow my own Caymanians to disrespect me. So you better recognize, right? Speaking of our own Caymanians disrespecting us, we have 2 MPs who stood up yesterday in Parliament, and I'm well aware that we're going to go into overtime, right? So for our radio listeners, I wanted them to get a little bit of a snippet of this, but we're not going to get to the full story here. So you might have to switch over to the social media feed. But before we run out of time, we have not so bright Chris Saunders jumping up, talking about, he heard that I was, mind you now, this is probably like 6 months ago. He's late to the show. He heard that I was talking about a 14-year-old on the airwaves. And is this being investigated? And how do we go about investigating this and having this host charge? Chris Saunders, wait till 10:30 and I can tell you something. But what I can tell you on the radio is you should never, ever mention, you should not even make reference to me, because I know where so many of your bones, your bodies are buried. You better leave me the hell alone. You hear me? I try to keep my comments to what you do in your job as an MP and your harassment of the civil service. That is what you should be charged for. Do you know that sexually harassing people, it should be an offense in this country? John then jumped up after him like the donkey that he is about, oh, she uses profanity in the airwaves. And I've complained about this. This should be an offense. You know what you should complain about? You should go and lodge a complaint with RCIPS on your own damn self for not paying people's pension and insurance, because that is actually against the law. I'm an adult woman. If I want to cuss and use a few bad words, I'm not permitted to do it on the radio. But on my social media feed in 2 minutes, I'm going to pop off a few words just for good measure. I'm allowed to do that. You can't control me. And this is what this is all about. Because I've called out these MPs specifically about their numerous examples of egregious behavior. The one opportunity they get to have the police commissioner in finance committee, they gonna waste it asking questions about me, because I am the biggest threat, the biggest criminal threat to this country. Y'all can imagine that you're paying jackass John, right? Over $300,000. How much he making? $300,000 a year, whatever it is. It's too much money. And the only crime he's worried about wasn't the broad daylight murder where a young man was gunned down right in a street at 5 o'clock in the afternoon in his constituency. It is me cursing on the effing radio. John, you're the biggest donkey I've ever seen. You are stupid beyond measure. Oh, yeah. We have you clicking off the radio now. Radio listeners, just go on Facebook and YouTube, because Facebook and YouTube not worried about me cussing. John, not got no sense. And Chris Saunders have even less sense. Chris Saunders, you bright, you know? You really, really bright and rank. Radio listeners, y'all have a good weekend. Everybody else, we about to turn up about a good 50 degrees, the temperature in the studio. Let me click off this radio so I can curse all I want. All right? If you don't like the cursing, come off the live stream now, because we're about to get lit. Have a pleasant weekend, Radio Land. All right, I hit that disconnect button. Now it's time for me to put these motherfuckers in their place. If I want to curse on my live stream, I have a right to do so. John, you stupid, you know? You think that the only crime you can run to the police and complain about in this country, oh, she's using bad words on the airwaves. I'm going to allow you guys to listen to what these two idiots actually had to say. Hold on.
Mr. Saunders.
Mr. Saunders,
Madam Chair. And first of all, I just want to congratulate Commissioner Walton on his new post. And I'm very happy to see a Caymanian back in that role again. So, Cayman Braca, yeah, but there's a Cayman Braca. That's all right. My mom is actually a Braca too, so I don't mind.
Oh, try not.
Thank you. Through you, Madam Chair. One of the things that several of my constituents had raised with me a while back, and I didn't hear it myself, but I guess others did, is what does it trigger in terms of a police investigation? And in particular, what I want to talk about is children basically being abused on the radio by different hosts. I mean, when things like that happen nationally, is it a complaint that has to be lodged by the parent or someone, or... Because, I mean, we do have these laws in place, and I know other members of the Parliament, I understand, that reached out to the then commissioner to try to get some action, but no action was basically taken. So I'm trying to get a better understanding in terms of situation.
First of all, Chris Saunders, action was taken. You can imagine the parent of the child didn't even complain, because you know what? She knows that she's a bully. We have evidence upon evidence, videos, messages, her on her Instagram, bullying other children, fighting them at school, fighting them in the streets of West Bay, right? Fighting one old man down by the government schools, where the government homes where she stays. This is who you getting up in Parliament asking a question and defending? You know why her mother never made a complaint? The police had to contact the mother in order to say, oh, somebody else complained about it, and we think that you should be lodging a complaint. Y'all a bunch of fucking idiots. The girl know what she's up to. She's 14 years old, going on 30, or so she think. So yes, I went on my live stream because she had started posting and harassing me. I emailed the fucking police commissioner of this country, Mr. Derek Burns, and they did nothing about this child. I said, put this child in her place and tell her don't come for me, because when my fucking head take me. What did they do? As usual, nothing. because that's the Keystone Police that we have. So why are you sitting down up in Parliament with parliamentary privilege and you think you can spew lies and say anything? I'm going to help you get your facts straight, Chris Saunders. You need to fucking pay attention this morning. Something was done about it. But this is what you parliamentarians have time to be sitting down worrying about. What you need to do is reach out to this young lady and find out why on earth she has a household and parents who have no control over her. Because she's going to be the next criminal of tomorrow that y'all going to have to deal with that you're obviously not adequately prepared to deal with in this country. You're going to be paying for her to have a stay at Her Majesty Female Prison at Fairbanks. There's a lot of issues here that you should be addressing. Now, she come for me. I didn't invite her on my program on the live stream, right? Which it was Instagram. It wasn't on the radio. So make sure you get it straight. She came for me. And if you come for me, you get what you fucking get. And then some. Yeah. So she jumping on my live stream and she thinks that she's going to harass me and talk about my hair, this and that. So I'm sitting here looking at her edges saying, you have some nerves. You got mold in the background of your house and you not got no edges to speak of, but you got some fucking nerves. Hold on 1 second here. Just hold on 1 second here now. Yes, hello, good morning.
Morning, Miss Sandra. We're at the door.
Okay, I'm going to open the door for you. Just hold on 1 second. Just stand right there.
Yeah.
All right. Let me just remotely open this door so these people can take this furniture, honey child. Give me 1 second, you know. Hold on. Don't worry, I'll come into you, honey child. Thank God for technology. Yeah. So this is the thing now, right? Chris Saunders. You know what, Chris Saunders? Don't have me open my mouth on you, you know? Because I know so much fucking dirt on you that your wife would run to divorce court here this morning if she knew what kind of a son of a bitch you actually are. You better shut the fuck up. That's what you better try and do. I'm still waiting on this thing to open up now. Hold on here now, honey child. You see, some people can't let well enough alone, you know? Oh, no. They keep coming. Keep coming for me, Chris Saunders. I got to tell them what you had the audacity to try and talk about your deviant ways. Oh, my first sexual experience was my father went and made a prostitute have sex with me. Well, you don't fucking go and ask the police if that's not an offense. Since you want to know what is happening with minors, right? And how we're damaging minors, ask him if your claims that your father made you have sex with a prostitute while you were underage, if that ain't a fucking complaint, a criminal act. That's what you should ask him about. Why you don't ask him about that? This thing taking so long to come up. Lord have mercy. That way you better try and go talk. Oh, this internet business so damn slow. Hold on. I'm trying to open the door. Give me 1 second. Oh, okay. Yes. And the little ottoman piece. The little ottoman piece. That one is $200. Oh, he wants that as well. All right, no problem. Okay, there. Lord have mercy. That's what he needs to ask about since he's so concerned about children. But you see, these MPs believe that they're fooling people, you know. He jumps up once a year, gives out a couple of school supplies to people, a couple of backpacks, and he cares about children in this country. Chris Saunders, you don't care about a fucking person but yourself. Let us be very, very honest. You don't care nothing about this young lady. You've never reached out to any of the abused young girls and young boys right in your constituency to get any help for them. Why the hell you jumping up talking foolishness in the alley in Parliament?
Like those, what triggers a police investigation?
Commissioner Walton.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, through you, Madam Chair, what I would say is the first thing is to, obviously we would need to listen to it so that there's an audio and to determine whether or not there's any element of criminality, and that could be a series of criminality, whether that is, I suppose, abuse of a child, so we would look at offences under the Children Act, or if there are offences under the Penal Code. In this case, we would look at that, the circumstances and determine whether or not there's any obvious. We'll have a conversation with the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, but importantly, we certainly need to be consulting with the parents or guardians of the children or the child.
Mr. Saunders.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I mean, through you, and I do understand it didn't happen under this commissioner, but it was a 14-year-old. It was something that pretty much was done at a very national level, and I understand that the feedback.
National level? You better try and fucking do some work at the national level. That's what you better try and do. What the hell is this man talking about? It was done at a national level. What exactly is a national level? It was done on Instagram. You know how many people came and don't even have Instagram? It wasn't on the radio. What a fucking fool this man is. It was done at a national level. Wow. Yeah. Okay, Chris Saunders.
That was given was that, quote unquote, if I can, I'll leave other members to maybe add into it, but
no other
I just curious in terms of,
Joe.
Is there such a limitation on such a thing? Because if that's the case, then maybe we can have it revisited. Is there such a limitation?
You don't have to have it revisited, Chris. The police have already done their investigation and they sent the file to the DPP's office. And if they want to charge me, make the motherfuckers charge me. I will go in court, and just like I've won 9 out of 10 cases, this will be 11 out of 10. Make them take me to court. No problem. No one not scared no fucking court around here. You know, what's the problem, Chris?
Commissioner Walton.
Madam Chair, what I can say is statute of limitations will depend on the category of the offence. In this case, if it's a category C offence, it would have a 6-month limitation. It depends on the particular crime and that we're looking at. I can't comment on that particular case too much, but what I can say is we have fully investigated it, and it currently sat with the Director of Public Prosecutions. So I can say no more about it. I am familiar with the case. It has gone through a full investigation, yes.
Yes, good. And
by different oaths. I mean, when things like that happen nationally.
No, hold on.
Offense, it would have a 6-month limitation. It depends on the particular crime and that we're looking at. I can't comment on that particular case too much, but what I can say is we have fully investigated it, and it currently sat with the Director of Public Prosecutions. So I can say no more about it. I am familiar with the case. It has gone through a full investigation, yes.
If there are no other questions.
Madam Chair.
All right, here comes Donkey, joke, Dwayne Seymour now. Of course, he got bring in his 2 little senses that not even worth 1 cent. But we'll get to him separately. Chris Saunders, you're an idiot. You have an opportunity to have before you the Commissioner of Police. All of the questions in the community that we have around policing in this country, the lack of competence from our officers, the bullshit that is happening with investigations, from murder investigations, theft investigations, them dropping the ball on child abuse cases. And the most important thing that you can find to ask during this opportunity, you have this man in front of you and you only get him probably once every 4 years, is you're going to ask him about me putting a 14-year-old in her place when she decided to jump on my live stream and needed to be put in her place, giving her a bit of tough love, which is part of the platform, right? A girl who has been relentless and harassing people. You have to hear the things that her own peers have to say about this child, this so-called child. That week, she got suspended the same week that she had the audacity to jump on my live stream. She got suspended from school for fighting yet again. Huh? This child is going to become a problem in society. A teacher picked up the phone and said, Miss Sandy, I'm a civil servant. I cannot call in publicly, but thank you. Thank you for setting that girl straight on that Instagram feed. I saw it. And no one has ever handled this child. You know, she needed it because she's running circles around every adult in her life. The mother not paying attention. She claimed that, oh, she's the victim and this and that. The poor Jamaican father, he the only one who go to meetings at the school. He don't know what's going on. He can't do nothing. She's roaming these streets like a real hooligan. There's so many things that you could have brought up of national importance with the police, who we are giving millions upon millions of dollars to. The same police that we had to fight to get a Caymanian helicopter pilot in there, right? You're congratulating Kurt Walton for finally making it the first Caymanian police chief in must be 50 fucking years almost. There's so many more important things that you could have asked him, that you could be focused on in this country, but you worried about me? You know why you worried about me? Because like I said, I know where your fucking bones are buried. And I have been the only person in media space to call you out for the sexual deviant and motherfucking pervert that you are. You got a nice Jamaican wife at home who has given you some nice children. She's a nice lady. Her and her sisters are nice people. You don't deserve that woman. If she knows how many times you have cheated on her over the years, she would fall through the fucking roof. But since you won't come from me and you think you're so bright, let's go there. Shall we? How many hookups you not had? That's why you only want certain drivers to be driving you in government car, because you be going in the government car with these hookups and meeting women all over the place to get your little small penis and small nuts cracked. Why you don't want to ask the police commissioner about that? Maybe it's an offense for you to have a civil servant driving you around to all of these hookups because that's government property that you are misusing. How about that? How about the fact that you have targeted female civil servants? You have one right now, a professional who's been with the civil service for over 30 years that is on leave because of you and your dishonest self. You little motherfucker. Don't come for me, Don't come for me. And this is a woman I know for a fact that you made advances at since you've gotten back into office this time, and she turned down your advances, and that's one of the reasons why you were targeting her. And then your little lackey boy, Sam, in the cabinet office, who not got a clue, decided to put this woman on leave over a bunch of bullshit from you. And every time you're asking about it, no, Sandy, not me. I not got nothing to do with it. You don't even have, you always get up talking about, we must have the testicular fortitude to do this and do that in this country. You and I got no testicular fortitude. You're a coward. You're a coward of the worst kind. Because when I asked you, even about that situation, you lied. If you had testicular fortitude, you want people to believe you got big nuts? Oh, I got testicular fortitude. You would have at least admitted what you had done. Undercutting your own Caymanian civil servants because they're not interested in having sexual relations with you. That is the kind of person you are. You need to find out the legality about those types of things. Maybe that's what you should have been asking the police commissioner. Somebody needs to investigate you. That's what needs to happen. When you can lie on civil servants about that contract with, what the name of the company is? Blue whatever, for the LFTs, right? You lied about that situation. And you also turned around, tried to cut the throat of the likes of Randy Marin, this one and that one. Oh, white Caymanians, this and that. I don't care whether they're white or not. He put in a bid for it. He's a Caymanian, and he won the bid fair and square. But you yourself have such hate against your own people. You're so divisive. You want to divide us along race relations and race lines and Caymanians versus Jamaicans and this, that, and next thing. Those should be the crimes that you be worried about. You're not a very good person. And I regret the day I ever gave you a vote. But you're not getting a fucking vote from me again. You can believe that. You take your fucking fruitcake and you drive by my house. As a matter of fact, you speed by it as quickly as you possibly can. I don't need fruitcake. I don't want your fruitcake. I tell you, I don't even eat fruitcake. But you can't buy me with nothing, you see? And that is what the problem is. Because I stand here and tell the truth. Y'all all up in your feelings and you're all upset. Guess what? I don't care. I don't care how upset you get. Because the people need to know exactly what they have elected to public office. It's you that decide you want to put yourself in. And then when you get in, you can't even behave. Why didn't you ask the commissioner how many women up in that glass house so afraid of you? See, somebody just talking about how you gave his grandmother $500 to vote for you. That's a public offense. That's a criminal offense too, you know. You're not no good. But like I said, not today, Bobo. Don't try me. Don't try me. The police have investigated this matter already, you jackass. If you had asked me, I would have been happy to tell you. Because unlike you, I don't have to go around lying to nobody. The commissioner said it's with the DPP's office. If they make a decision to charge me, I will have my day in court. And I will go before a jury of my peers and make them decide what to do. Could you stand up before a jury of your peers? Trust me when I tell you, they would bring the hammer down on your ass if they knew even half of what you were doing. What you should do is go get some therapy for your sexual deviance. Women in the glass house started to cry when they heard that you were coming back potentially up in there. Why you don't talk that? Why you don't talk about why you get to the ranks of deputy premier? And poor Wayne Panton, as much as he tried to work with you and talk to you, your attitude so fucking rank that he eventually had to fire your ass. And then when he fires you, you run into rich people, and you know who they are. I'm not calling their names, trying to get them on your side. No. You know this thing with Randy and this Maya One Cable and this and that. You're a fucking liar. And you will bring up anything under the sun to try to discredit Wayne when you know it had nothing to do with any of that. It's the dump project, and Dart gonna be charging us millions of dollars. This gonna cost the people of Cayman Islands billions of dollars. You sat there as finance minister for two motherfucking years and said nothing about this project. But as soon as you get fired, oh, then, well, you know, I have an issue with the Regen project. Really? You were there for 2 years, Minister of Finance. You had no issues with the Regen project. It's all smoke screen and mirrors. You're making shit up. And then you don't even tell the people the price tag that you're saying, oh, what this thing costs. That's over like 25, 30 years. You think you can get a world-class recycling facility and a complete redo of the current dump for 2 little pennies over a 30-year plan? Go sit your ass down. Stop wearing platform women's shoes and go sit down. Chris Saunders, don't make your head hit you the wrong way. Because me and you are not friends. Okay? I don't like you. My spirit don't take to you no more. Now that I know the truth of who you are, I would suggest you go sit the fuck down. All right? Your wife is too good for you. Poor her. I guess because she's never worked, she wouldn't even know where to begin. Because you've made her solely dependent on you. And that's such a shame. But good women should not have to rely on a no good man like you for nothing. Girl, you divorced him. I'll give you some of the evidence. You know the female police officer, the kind of pretty one that he been checking for years? That's one of his convenient side pieces. I should put on a few pounds now, so I don't know how that gonna work out or whatever. But yeah, he been checking her for years. I'll give you her number. That's why he get mad at a next friend. They said everybody needs somebody, but she had more than one body. A next friend that she was checking, that's why he don't like him and get mad and vexed with him because he sees him as competition. Poor him. How you gonna have a side piece and get upset over the competition? You're all side pieces. Does it really matter if you're going down that route? You are a male, W-H-O-R-E. Good morning, caller.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning. I said, don't make the pressure go up too high, but I know you're sure a Leo, just like me. When they get you out, you're beyond the whole slate.
Yes, my dear.
But what I have to say, I've been on calling about them people that were calling. So, but you see, like I say, it's good and bad in our nation. I always told you that, right? But some of them people are terrible. And I've been through that.
Honey, child, hold that conversation until next week. We talking about Chris Saunders and John right now.
Okay, I need to call them out too. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
That's who we focus on.
Give it on. I listening.
All right, honey. Thank you.
I wish I could have got on when Frank was on because he know me very well.
Yeah, no problem.
I've been preaching about these things for years.
Yeah. All right, honey.
It's
all
terrible.
Right. If your comments now about John and this one this morning, you're going to have to hold it till next week. See what this next one say? About how Chris tried to chat at my friend. She laughed at him and told him there's no way she could date Jamaicans or fat men. Lord have mercy. You're ridiculous. No, but I'm telling the truth. There's a long list of victims out there. And this is a thing that I can't understand, right? He's already cheating on the wife. He's already got all these side chicks. Why do you have to turn around and harass good civil servants that aren't interested in being a side piece number 55? You know what I'm saying? I tell you, the man is a sexual deviant. There's something wrong with him. That's the only logical explanation. But, he can sit in parliamentary privilege, because what that means is they can sit in parliament and say anything they want about you, whether it's truth or lie or whatever, and you can't sue them for defamation. Isn't that something? But yet, quite ironically, he wants to try and hold me responsible for what I say, because I don't get no privilege. I don't get no parliamentary privilege. But you know what the joke is? Y'all not fucking coming for me. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to allow you to silence me. They can arrest me every other day of the week. They're not going to take away my privilege of freedom of speech in this country. Like I said, I was born here, right in this fucking country in Georgetown Hospital, over 50 years ago. And I'm not going nowhere by the grace of God. I'm going to be right here. And I got to ride your ass right into the next election. So the people of Bordentown, East, West, Central, all over can vote you out. The people need to know what it is that you're doing. You have failed. And just because you think, let's just throw up this little pension thing, that'll fool them. The people will not be so easily fooled anymore. And I don't care who your mama is. I don't care if she's a Cayman Braca. Your mama's a decent woman, but she don't know the Chris Saunders. You need therapy. Go get yourself some professional help. That's what you need to fucking do. For far too long, my Caymanian people, listen to me. Morning, Carrie. Is that you from the BRAC? What's up, girl? You know, me and Carrie have had our problems over the years, but she tells them like it is too. She's all right. Don't worry yourself, Carrie. I don't hold a grudge against any truth telling. Let me tell y'all something here now. Right? At the end of the day, they, for too many years, have found a way to silence the people in this country. And they do not like the fact that finally The good people have a platform. You can call in and say what you have to say once you're not defaming people. Well, when we're on radio, we got rules with the profanity. We can't curse on the radio. We know that already. Because every time we say a word, they're trying to message off reg. Off reg said, was it said on radio? Nope, then not our business. That's all they do is they sit down and listen and try to silence the people of this country. Don't allow them to do it. They're not going to do it to me, and they must not do it to you. Too many civil servants, people in private sector are afraid. Sandy, whisper, you must do this. I said, me, what about you? No, I got job, and y'all act like I don't have no sacrifices to make. I got a job too. I have a daughter. There's sacrifices that I have to make. And you see, I know that there's a risk. My husband has lost his job because I decided to speak up against the white privilege in this country. The likes of Kathy Williams, because they're another bunch that don't believe that nobody can say anything about their bad behavior. Morning, caller.
Morning. This
Hello.
is me from the Bluffs.
Hello, honey child.
How you doing?
Right here. Good. How are you?
I'm great. I am great. I did a video on my page this morning, and I said I'm supporting you on that foolishness with Chris and Dwayne. Two idiots. Them two jackasses need to get replaced with two skirts. I'm electing Barbara Connolly as one of them skirts, and probably Miss Heather is the other. I need to get rid of them. Need silence them, sit them in the back of the bench, put them in timeout till 2025 when we kick them out.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, my dear.
It's ridiculous. Look, I would not, like I said this morning, I do not want to see you silenced. I do not want to see you put off the air. I don't want to see them stop you from saying what you got to say because you're the one that you tell the people what's going on.
Yeah, that's what they don't want. That's exactly what they don't want.
Exactly.
Who else has reported?
Saunders
Let me ask
telling
you a
me-
question real quick.
Yeah.
Who else has reported on John John's numerous and continued labor infractions for years? How did he get labor?
I would like to know.
Nobody.
It really makes you wonder. I don't know the thought process behind that or why they gave him that ministry, but he is not the one for that ministry. And
That's for sure.
I was very perturbed about that because I know he gonna fuck it up 110%. That's all I'm saying, and I'm being honest because he don't know. He's clueless. I remember my husband went to his agency for an interview years ago, and I mean the way that he was treated going for that interview was pathetic. And we see that we don't. How many Canadians work at what is the name of his company?
APS. They're not gonna. They're taking advantage of the poor Filipinos and Jamaicans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's true, and
Thank
it's
you, my dear.
unfortunate. Thank you. Have a good day.
You
All
too.
the best. You got my support with this one.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. But guess what? They're not silencing me. And like I said, that is what this is all about. Now let's get on to joke. K-Man's biggest joke. I kind of feel sorry for John because we know that he's not really playing with a full deck. We know that's hereditary. Poor thing can't help that. He must stay on his medication. So let's set that aside because that's a serious thing. I don't want to make any jokes about that. Mental health is very, very serious. But aside and apart from that, he is no one to look up to. So then he jumps up after this donkey, Chris Saunders, and has the audacity talking about, Sandy uses profanity on the radio. What are we going to do about that? Listen, here it is.
Recognize Minister Seymour, then Minister Ryan.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I too want to congratulate publicly Commissioner Walton on the same matter in terms of use of our public airwaves and communicating to our public, inciting the public.
Inciting the public.
And
inciting the public with the truth? It's about time y'all got incited.
At a time when the country needs to be uplifted, there's a lot of profanity. I've sent you some communications and some recordings of some of this profanity. I've seen other persons in the public been questioned, arrested, and charges pending, etc.
Which people?
And I want to know that the same rule is applied to everyone in the Cayman Islands, whether it was me or anyone else. And I want to know if the information that I sent is being investigated, or if it's been or if it's not being investigated.
Here it is, Donkey now.
Commissioner Walton.
Through you, Madam Chair, just yes, I'm aware of a number of correspondence from various members of the community. What I will say is, yes, I have taken all of those. I have assigned those to a particular investigator, and we have had a dialogue, or we've had dialogue with the Director of Public Prosecution Office. Just on the issue around the law is impartial, so it doesn't matter as long as the law has been broken. We will take that and have a full investigation. There are times when what has been said across IT platforms are not constituted or hasn't passed that threshold of criminality, which makes it sometimes difficult. So it's why I mentioned that it has to pass that threshold of criminality, whatever that criminality may be, whether it's the misuse of the ICT platform or whether it's causing an annoyance or.
You heard what the man is trying to say to this jackass, in case Dwayne can't understand it, because it's obvious that we can't put him in no intellectual category, none at all. The man is trying to politely say to you, her cursing on a Facebook video like she's doing this morning, that is not against any laws. This man has a lot of time to waste. Yes, Miss Stacy, him dunce beyond. He has time to waste. There are so many cases in Bodden Town that he could be working on, he could get involved in. Remember that child molestation case a couple years ago where the people run to him and there was some mix-up story with his name and that whole situation? He never helped nobody. He didn't help the child, the little boy. They wrote that off. Talking about, the little boy stick a dildo up his own behind. Nobody in their right sense. No medical physician would tell you it would be impossible for that to happen. And what did John do? Was he calling the police then? Was he asking the police to help with that case? But he had go and report numerous times. Oh, Sanders cursing on the radio. That is not an offense. In fact, since he claimed that other people have been held responsible for inciting and cursing using profanity, I would like to know which other people. Let us put our collective minds to it and see if you guys can't come up with even a single person. Here you know. Remember the audio note from Mario Rankin? Hold on. In case you've forgotten, let me pull up my archives. Mario Rankin cussed the governor of the Cayman Islands in the worst way possible, directed at him. And what happened? Did he get arrested and charged? They questioned Mario and nothing happened. So what is John talking about? When is it that anybody in this country got hauled into court for cussing? John, you want people to believe that you sing in the church choir and you're a little good altar boy. Every weekend, you up there in Bodden Town getting so sauced up and drunk at Everglow Bar. You are next one that's cheating on your wife left, right, and center, but she don't care because that look like that's a marriage of convenience if I ever saw one. Let me tell you what you should be talking. Since you want to be such a badass and get up in Parliament talking about cussing, what about all the cuss words you were carrying on with when you were beating up your ex-wife's boyfriend at the time? Down by what used to be, what the name of the hotel was again? Down by Bamboo, whatever that hotel used to be called. Why you don't talk about that and how you set up your friends to go beat up this man? You know nobody, again, to be talking about anything. If I want to cuss, I'm going to cuss, and there's not a goddamn thing you can do about it. I don't cuss on the airwaves because I know that that's a problem. But if I want to cuss on my platform, if I want to do a live stream, I will fucking do a live stream and I will cuss if I feel like it. You cannot control people. This is a matter of freedom of speech. Right? Oh, inciting in the community and this and that. You can't even incite yourself to go to work. 90% of the time, you don't show up to the government building. And cabinet meetings, you are dozing off and falling asleep. Why don't you talk about that? Pay your workers pension and insurance. During COVID, they were getting sick and going to the hospital to only find out they didn't even have insurance coverage. You owe Mr. Damien and many, many others pension for years. You allowed your company to never pay pension. And you walk on there, oh, let me shake your hand. Yeah, you guys doing a good job. Really? Forget about doing a good job and simply pay people. How about that? I'm just saying. You really should keep your mouth shut sometimes. Yeah, they're trying to shut down freedom of speech. This is exactly what it's all about. But they're not going to shut me down. And all Caymanians have got to be prepared to stand up and be heard. Don't let these people scare you. They're no better than me and you. And in fact, in most cases, they are far worse. Right? Let me tell you how bright John is. He got married the second time now to this so-called wife. He lacks so much in originality that he turns around and takes the wife to the exact same honeymoon spot that he took the first wife to. The same one that he has his daughter named after, Tahiti. He got to take the same one there. That's how stupid he is. He not got one bit of sense. But him and Chris Saunders, buddy, you see. Yeah. Oh, where's the original voice? Yeah. So y'all not addressing any of these things when it's being talked about because, you can use those platforms as your mouthpiece when you're ready. That's what this is all about. Because you can't use CMR as no mouthpiece. Right? When Chris Saunders said to me, oh, Sandy, if you really care about Wayne Panton, don't make this story come out. And I said to him, I don't know what that means, but I don't care whether it's about Wayne Panton or anybody else. If wrongdoing has been done here, this story is coming out. You see, he thought that my standards of exposing people depends on who the individual is. This Chris Saunders now, he never got the memo that I don't give a fuck who he is. Family, sister, brother, granny, it don't make no difference. He actually said that to me, Sandy, this gonna make Chris look, this gonna make Wayne Panton look bad, even if he didn't do nothing. And I said, make him look bad. What does that have to do with me? That not got nothing to do with me. I'm here to dig out the truth, find it, and expose it. Come to find out, he thought he was bright. The reason why he was doing it is because he thought he could bury the story and make the story go away, because he knew fully well that he had lied to his other cabinet members about Wayne Panton having a business interest in this Blue Water business when he knew he didn't. And so when I started digging and the truth was going to come out, he then come from another angle thinking that he could approach me about, because you like Wayne, don't bring this up. Really? And I tell him the truth not got nothing to do with nobody. The truth don't have a label on it. And not like, oh, this truth is for Wayne Panton only, and this truth is for Chris Saunders. The truth is the truth. The day I find out Wayne Panton lied to me about anything, I get exposed that motherfucker too. It's as simple as that. Now I got an appointment 10:30. I'm supposed to go foot doctor today. So I'm going to wrap things up. And I'm going to say that the abuse, trying to abuse police, John is the same one during COVID, went and threatened Wendy Ledger. Remember that? Because he didn't like what people were saying about his incompetence as Minister of Health. And she stood up and asked a question, and then he threatened her. Well, you're not going to threaten me. My name now Wendy Ledger. I don't have no piece of paper that I got to be afraid of anybody taking. You're not fucking threatening me in my own country. The Seymour, you born ya? I born ya too. Okay? So let's make sure that we get it straight and we all on the same page. Caymanians deserve better than Chris Saunders, and we deserve better than joke Dwayne Seymour. They're not fit for purpose. They're not capable. They're not doing their jobs. They're doing too much foolishness. And if this doesn't demonstrate what is a priority for them, you get access to the police commissioner. Like I said, they won't get him again during the rest of this tenure. And this is what their focus was on? Me? One of the most for the record, one of the most law-abiding people? Me? Y'all need to go sit down. Now, listen here. You know, I have a little song that every once in a while I pulls out. Because it is so fitting. I mean, I don't know who wrote the lyrics to this song, but I feel like I should put them on the, what do you call it now? On the payroll or something. Because this song, there's some days when this song just really fits a situation. I don't like to overuse it, Naina. But yes, there are days when we just need to rock out to this song. And today happens to be one of those days. Seriously. John, Chris Saunders, please help me help you. Do yourselves a favor and don't even remotely mention my name or anything about me again with your lies. You guys have no scruples. I have worked hard and honestly to get where I am. That's more than I can say about the two of you. I try to treat people with respect and try to treat people fairly. That's more than I can say about the two of you. So on this beautiful morning, December today is the 15th, on the heels of us celebrating Christmas, and a little bit, how many days we got left for Christmas? About 10 days left. I want to dedicate this song, this special, special song. And I want y'all to put on your dancing shoes this morning, honey child. Get up, Caymanians. Because when these politicians doing you wrong, and when other people doing you wrong, sometimes this is the vibe that you need to give them, especially on a beautiful Friday. So this is dedicated to all the Chris Saunderses in the world with their sexual perversions that need to get professional help. This is dedicated to all the John Seymours in the world who can't find his way out of a wet paper bag. This is a special anthem just for you today. Y'all have a blessed weekend and a beautiful day. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume. Here we go. Y'all ready? 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 Get ready. Yes. Turn up the volume and start dancing. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Here it is. don't fuck with you. What? No audio.
Or abuse and threats.
Hold on. Oh, hold on. Oh, y'all not hearing it? No, so what the fuck? Hold on a second. Hold on. Y'all not hearing the song? Oh, Jesus Christ. Hold on 1 minute, y'all. What the hell am I doing in the studio today? Oh, y'all need to hear this song. Hold on now. We're going to pull it right back in. Oh, I think I hit the wrong tab. All right. Round 2. Gotta be better than round 1. Y'all ready? Here we go. Yes.
I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. You little dumb ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you. I got a million trillion things I'd rather fucking do than to be fucking with you. Little stupid ass, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. Don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do. I heard you got a new man. I see you taking the pic. Then you post it up thinking that it's making me sick. But I see you calling, I be making it quick. I'ma answer that shit like I don't fuck with you. Bitch, I got no feelings to go. I swear I had it up to here, I got no ceilings to go. I mean for real, fuck how you feel. Fuck it 2 cents if it ain't going towards the bill. Yeah, and every day I wake up celebrating shit. Why? Cause I just dodged the bullet from a crazy bitch. I stuck to my guns, that's what made me rich. That's what put me on, that's what got me here. That's what made me this. And everything that I do is my first name. These hoes chase bread, aw damn, she got a bird brain. Ain't nothing but trilling me, aw man, silly me. I just bought a crib, 3 stories, that bitch a trilogy. And you know I'm rolling, we just fucking up the ozone. I got a bitch that texts me, she ain't got no clothes on. And then another one text me, your ass next. And I'ma text your ass back like I don't fuck with you. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
Take that, honey child. That's right.
Got a million things on my mind, executive deals online, limited amount of
that's right. We got a million
time chasing these dollar signs and you ain't on your grind. You liable to find me up in the MGM casino in the deep. Fucking off Eddie, I could've put on property. From the bay to the murder myth, my niggas put murder mission. She choosing, that's her decision. Free my niggas in prison. On the phone with a bitch who can't do shit for a pimp, but make a nigga hella rich. Got a blunt and my dental, one hemp and a rental. On my way to Sacramento, late night, Arsenio. I'm never sentimental, go hard or go homeless. Really hardly I'm chromeless. You might end up domeless. I bet you she into me. Her cheddar she giving me. Bitch stand outside forever like the Statue of Liberty. Rest in Pimp C, underground king of the South. I raise my styrofoam up and pour some drink in my mouth. Why you always coming around with bad news? Bad news. Say you want me to win, but hope I lose. That's never rock with other niggas in the crew. But them niggas cool. It's just that.
Bad news, Chris Saunders. Bad news, John.
Fucking with you, bitch. You little stupid ass bitch, I ain't fucking with you.
All right, folks. That's it. We ain't fucking with them. They're stupid ass bitches. And that's what it is. So y'all have a wonderful day. I got to get just the chorus of that song because the rest of the lyrics, I don't care nothing about. And for all the other MPs who's sitting there allowing them to carry on with this foolishness, I got to dedicate another song to you all. Y'all not going to get it quite as hard. But y'all need to know that the people paying attention to what you're also sitting there and doing. Y'all have a beautiful weekend. We'll hit it with this one now.
All the politicians them. Sure. Inna your face, them a smile up. Behind your back, of money, them a pile up. Try to start your business and them quick for spoil up. Hey, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition, man. Sibbly bang, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done such a great job selling out with country with your business plan. Well, you forget a round of applause
for all the work you're doing. Decisions where you make will left the country in a ruins, yo. Strictly personal gain you're pursuing, so the tax rate higher than the planes where you're fluing. We gonna make you deal with the IMF, knowing on a backside, none of sugar cane left. The hotels and the beaches, the Spanish them go screeching. Me no know how you do it, but all me have to say is well done, well done, Mr. Politician Man. I must congratulate you. You done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition, man. Skibbly bang, well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done such a great job selling out the country with your business plan. What kind of plan? Which is to keep poverty and unemployment on the rise. Corruption and not to mention the lies. Election are when the tension arise. So you buy with Kentucky, not to mention the fries. Anything to secure your vote, and then you rob the people to secure your boat. We go to Thailand where the Chinese own. The whole Jamaica is a Chinese loan. I tell you well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition, man. Skibbly bang, well done, Miss Politician Lady. You done such a great job selling out the country and you still not pay with. But still if inflation was a test you would have get A+. So when me met the US the exchange rate buck, cause the dollar getting weaker and the solar light bill it would have cheaper. But a JPS you prefer keep your Ebenezer. So you Scrooge from the ghetto people where you starve and every year you buy a better vehicle. The things you do are beat with bad, but still you manage to keep your job. So me I tell you well done, Mr. Politician Man. You done a wonderful job at tear down with country demolition, man. Skibbly bang, well done, Miss Politician Lady. You done such a great job selling out with country. Come in like Humpty Dumpty now. Congratulate them, you know. Yeah, man, give thanks for the effort, you know. Yeah, man, enough things are not go on, you know. But you them see it still, so we give thanks. Yeah, man. Gangster. Kabaka P.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.